Good evening and welcome to, I'm going to get the number right this time, episode 99 of LockDown LAN. We still haven't worked out what we're doing for our 100th episode, but I am leaning towards an hour of Brutal Doom PvP, an hour of SnowRunner, and an hour of something else. So three hours of different things. That's kind of my feeling, but we'll work it out in chat during the day. But tonight we are going to finish off our Astroneer. We're going to get our cosmetics. And to start off I have to load and just watch my cat slowly destroy my house! Earlier I had a bit of food here and she sniffed it, so I shouted at her, so she jumped back and then squatted down low and reached out with her paw to touch the food, like I might not notice that. Yeah. Do also let me know if you are watching or watching it back how the stream quality is, because I've overclocked my video card because I kept meaning to and I forgot, and because I've got an MSI there's just a button. It's literally, you just press a button going, I'd like to have my video code overclocked, and then it tests it, and then it's done. I think they could have maybe worked on their loading. You know, the loading times are just getting worse and worse and worse the bigger our map gets.
Yep.
Now, say if I was a paid-for YouTuber, I would skip this bit and go, "Hey, we're just yeah." But I got to get to sit through it. You got to sit through it. Hey, loading. Right. So the $1 million question. Well, the 200 tungsten question. Do the robot arms work when we turn them on after a restart?
It's certainly running better.
Well,
this isn't patched though, is it? This is the same. There's no new patch recently, was there?
No, it's restarted. I suspect it will be great, and I suspect over the next 2 hours it will just get worse and worse and worse and worse and worse.
I think Asmina said she thought.
Oh no! There's aluminium falling everywhere.
Oh hell!
Okay, turn off.
As in, arms aren't picking it up.
Well,
I knew I should have snuck in and just fixed everything with those automation things.
Where's the fun in that?
Well, they're all turned off, so let's turn them on.
So when it says loading, what does it actually mean? Copying?
No, it's literally downloading the entire save file from Esmir to you.
So it's copying file and then loading that and then basically doing running changes in memory.
It keeps it in sync, but yeah, it's ridiculous and does the whole thing one go.
Makes sense, I suppose.
No, it doesn't. It's a terrible way of doing it. Because, well, you know it's a terrible way of doing it because it means you've got to start off by going, here's 100 megabytes. Oh, all right then. Brilliant.
How else would you know what state the level was in?
Well, you just... The way Fortresscraft does it is Fortresscraft sends you the bare minimum you need to start playing.
The area that your character's in?
Almost literally nothing more than... With the area I'm talking about, Fortresscraft sends 32 square meters. That's enough. By the time I start to display that, more.
Oh, this sends you everything, of course. Yeah, this sends you everything. You can't even see the stuff. That stuff, yeah.
The literal entire world, universe, solar system gets sent.
Yeah.
They're not working at all. Like, they're actually worse than last bit. They're not doing anything. Oh, wait, it's picked up. Oh, it's picked up with tether. That's not a great start, but at least it's doing something. Now, to be fair, I noticed that the wait, what? What does that one do? That one goes to there. It's just a hand off to there. It does seem to be quite full down low. The real question. See, that's awesome. See them all? Oh, is that just you turning them on? Oh,
Yeah.
I was like, oh, they're working, brilliant.
Are they off for a reason?
No, because they were off when we quit.
This one seems to be, yep. It says turn on, but it's got the on already on it. So.
Press it 3 times or twice, 3 times I think it is, and it should. How's the frame rate, by the way? 'Cause I'm already seeing self-teleporting. Not you. Yours will be 75 or 144 or whatever you run at.
It's not as
143.
fantastic as when we started last time, but it's better than when we exited last time.
So this one should be able to work. Yes.
So I see when you hover it says filter all items. Is that that's
Yeah.
basically there is no filter.
There's no filter on these, but you can put a filter on it. But you can't put an inverted filter on it. That's the problem. So you can say take copper, and you can say take aluminium, but you can't say take everything but copper and but aluminium. Yeah.
No.
You also amazingly can't say deliver to players or don't deliver to players.
I would think that it would make more sense if they never took from players and never delivered to players. But at the same time, though, you just take it off the bed if you wanted it. So I'm gonna have to make some more little. Oh, I forget what they're called now. Platforms, beds. What are they called?
What for?
Medium storage. To put on the halfway, to basically give it more cash on the way up. Was that stupid?
Unfortunately, it doesn't really make any difference.
I know. It makes me feel good because at least you can see all of there's lots there.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I mean, if you actually scroll down, you notice that all of your caches are pretty full. So I think to a degree, the server is not entirely linking itself up with the client.
There's an arm here with a bit of laterite on its arm, just sitting there holding it in the air. What are you doing with that?
Yeah, this one's just like going, oh. So I think some of your stuff.
So that then threw it into the right place to smelt it.
Yeah. So
that got here eventually.
So this one, Max, you've put a medium storage on, which is fine, but the robot arm can only touch half of the medium storage. So if I pick up the medium storage and do a 180 on it, and then to the robot arm on, now it's got loads of work to do. That's really annoying. So this particular design of thing is actually worse with the robot arm. Are you right by me? Yes. See this one here?
Oh yeah.
If you hover over the robot arm, you can see it can only hit some of the bits of the medium storage.
I can't see you. Am I going stupid?
I'm literally 1 foot from you. I am one. Just walk backwards 1 platform.
Oh, you're hiding. There you are. Sorry.
Yeah, hiding.
My light didn't light you up and.
But if you now hover your cursor over the robot arm, you can see it's only touching some of the medium storage.
I don't understand. Oh, I see. You can only deal with that sort of front line there.
Yeah. I can turn it around. It'll actually be able to grab all of it, but I have to turn the robot arm off and on to make it do so. So unfortunately, although the storage is kind of cool, it's also kind of rubbish. And that's
Does it work better without the bed?
In this case, let's just take the bed off a sec. No, because it can't even cover its own. Part of it is we switch from.
You put them back onto that bed.
Hey,
They put onto your bed.
robots be trolling. Yeah, see now it has nowhere to put it on to because only those 4 are accessible, and this robot arm can't touch those 4. Ah.
Are you getting a clue?
Yeah. Ooh, I'm gonna go raging clue.
What planet are we doing?
I forgot.
What was that from?
It's South Park.
No.
Oh, right. Okay.
It was
I knew it was
Well, I was quoting from-
making fun of the Hardy Boys, but I
was
can't
quoting from
remember
Jungle
which
Book.
show.
Oh, well, it was a pun based on the Hardy Boys. Yeah, getting a raging clue.
Oh, raging clue. No,
Yeah,
sorry.
raging clue.
So this one can't. Oh yeah, that's in the wrong place, isn't it?
No, this one can offload to those two
No,
squares. And no, let's go. No, that's fine. That is doing it. Because don't forget that if you look at the laterite...
Oh no, it's going the wrong way. Oh, bloody hell.
If you look at the laterite, it is within the sphere. You notice the sphere is just touching the laterite, so that does work.
Oh, sorry, I forgot about the spheres.
Yeah. So I think part of the problem is we switch from front to back at this point.
So it's got a bit further to... It's definitely not going to reach that bed there, is it? You have to turn that... You have to pick this whole...
Well, no, they all work. They all work.
And turn it.
Sorry?
This one in the corner here doesn't, does it?
Yeah.
Am I going mad?
Yes.
The corner...
Watch. Just watch.
Okay. Oh, I see. Yes, it's just touching there.
The issue is...
How does that one get onto it? Oh, that one's going to there.
Because that one just about reaches.
But why has it got one there?
Like, it works. The bug is the robot arms go, nah. So if you don't think it works, just double tap turn off, turn on the robot arm, and it will start moving the shit. That's the problem. It's like, no, not working.
Oops.
So,
okay.
It's me, with the button presses, and I'm not saying anything, but with the button presses, is it trivial to set a button press that just goes on, off? Or do you have to like daisy chain one human robot arm press down to hundreds of things?
I mean, you can.
That doesn't answer my question. Can I just set up a trivial one machine thing that just turns these robot arms off and on constantly? Or is it a pain in the ass?
I have no idea.
I thought you did something with them.
No.
I'm just gonna stare at this robot arm. I'm just gonna watch it.
I mean, it's the one that I have set up. It only gets enabled when there's some a full storage for it to take from, and an empty storage for it to dump into.
So unfortunately, that would be no good for us because of the fact that the robot arms can only touch half the storage.
I wonder if they would work better on one
nearer to them rather than being worried about the sort of that circle. I wonder how strict that circle has to be adhered to.
Well, the thing is, every single robot arm here, Max, is sitting there hovering over a bunch of materials it can work with. I turn it off and on, it works. It's not the circle that's the issue, it's the robot arm going, no, and I've definitely turned all of these off and on a whole bunch of times. And they're all working now. Like, well, I've turned on 5, 3 are now working. 2 are now working, now they're all off. This one has stopped. Off, on. Hey, it's working.
Yeah. So these beds are actually a hindrance.
No, all it means is they can't store 8, they can store 4.
Yes, but unfortunately, once the other arm puts thumbs into the closer range of the further arm, it then ignores those those 4.
All it means is instead of storing 2, you're storing 4, and then you have 4 ballast. Let's call it ballast.
Yeah.
So, but that's fine because you could technically just pick up a whole full plate. But yeah, I was really hoping the robot arms would work because this is an awesome setup. It's nearly as good as actually having conveyors.
But conveyors presumably are less likely to fail on you.
Well, they're not. They don't exist, so that's quite important.
Just going to pop the window open. I'm boiling wood up here.
Yeah, see, I've got my window open. It's been horrible. Now, which one is you? Why are you specifically? Transfer all your items up. Yeah, it just did 1, and then it stopped. Turn it off and on. Transfers 1 more item. Stopped. We have tried arm to arm. There's one down here. It doesn't work, or it doesn't work any more or less reliably. Now that one's stopped. Now, yeah. So basically, if I turn it on and I stare at it, I get 4 because we've got 8 slots, of which 4 are full and nothing can touch.
How?
We could have.
I know you're saying it's just if something's just on the cusp of hitting that arm, then it's good.
No,
How
has to be
OCD
touching the
should-
circle.
Yeah, but I mean, if it's in the, that's what I mean. If it's in the circle or just touching the circle, ever so slightly in the circle.
If it's intersecting the circle in
good.
any way, it's fine. Yes.
How OCD do you need to be about that?
It's not. Can you see the glow on the object?
Well, for example, this last one, which goes into the smelting furnace, I've seen it shove something into there and get it smelted.
Yeah, that's that's very knife edge, that one. But hold on, let's.
I think could we just tweak tweak the entire array just to be that little bit more precise? Or is that just
no, because
OCD
if I turn it off and on, it works. Ergo, the issue is not the location. The issue is the code of the robot arm going, I'm looking for something. But we don't need to...
We can't get into the code and fix it, so is that an option or is that not an option? Is that just stupid?
I don't understand. See this robot arm? This one here, the one to your right, it is intersecting both the malachite and the laterite.
Yes.
Therefore, it will pick them up.
Yes.
If I turn it off and on. There you go. There goes one. And there goes two. Zero problems. Will definitely work. Now, only one slot of the smelter is accessible because I was a little bit rubbish in my positioning, but it doesn't matter. We only need one to work. No, what did I say, Esmir? What did I say? Put them back. They're ballast. I literally said.
I'm not even on the same planet. That's somebody else.
No.
Research sample.
I literally said when at about half an hour after you left on the last stream, I said I wish Max was here because I guarantee he will see the crap I've put on this smelter and I guarantee he'll tidy it up. And you saw what you meant. There's some shit here. That's on purpose. So that's to stop the smelter offloading smelted items onto that square that no robot arm covers.
Well, we can fix that. We got more robot arms. It's fine.
No, it's not because the laterite one ejects to the right. So how would you possibly move from the left-hand side to the right-hand side?
Just take them all off to one central location.
This is the central location.
That's what I mean. You can take them off from either side and then deal with them
You'd need
like conveyor belts.
You need two sets of robot arms to take them off to another central location.
Oh, the expense.
More importantly, we have enough broken robot arms without adding more into the mix. As you notice that neither the aluminium filtered arm nor the copper filtered arm are bothering to empty the output of the thing, unless I turn them off and on. But yeah, that's just ballast because there's no in-game way to say don't use. I could do with a what would you call it, a cork or a bung or something.
Yeah.
You know what, Samson?
So
I think the answer is no. So Samson just said it bouncing the power.
Bounce the power.
Yeah, off on.
Does that turn the arms on and off? Does that reset them?
No, I just tried. But I was like, oh, good plan. No.
We need a switch or something in the line?
No, it turns them off.
Esmir was talking about button pressing or something.
Yes, that's one of the fixes going around is you have a button presser that when the storage in front of it fills up, you turn the next robot arm on. So you need a storage sensor and a button presser. I think it's in your backpack, isn't it? Very little.
Oh, right, okay, cool.
Let's have a look. It might be small printer.
So it will do. I'm going to put a small work light on because that's really amazing.
Or is it medium printer?
It's not medium, copper. Okay. Do you have any copper I can... we have got copper.
Well, yes, that's what these... That's
what this does over here.
Yeah. So we have a... But yeah, so you need to hook up a storage sensor, which requires zinc, which we don't have on this planet, to a button presser, and then when the storage platform in front of the robot arm becomes full, it will then press the button, turning the robot arm on or off. I'd honestly be better off putting a robot arm on the front of a rover, which always seemed to work interestingly, and just driving down here, picking everything up and dumping it off the top.
They're made in a small printer.
I don't disbelieve you, I just can't find them. Button repeater, required zinc. But yeah, I'm looking down here, like, they are quite full until this printer, then this robot arm. But this robot arm here doesn't wake up. I mean, it's actually marked as off, but I don't believe that for a moment. Because the UI says off, but the physical animation of it says on. This robot arm, on the other hand, the animation and the UI seem to match up. Whereas this one, just, nah. It is honestly quite shocking they haven't patched this. I mean, this was their flagship feature for this month, showing off how awesome their fancy new robot automation was. Like, this is, you think this item would be as perfect as you could possibly get. And if it wasn't, you'd think they would put patching it as a very high priority. I don't know if you saw the patch.
Oh, we need power sensors as well, don't we?
No, that presses a button when the power turns off or not, when the power goes high or low.
Right, batteries.
I don't know if you saw the SnowRunner patch notes I linked earlier, but they are now adding in the option to steer like MudRunner.
Just found a bug.
Well, it can get in line.
I aborted the I started printing a battery sensor, aborted it, and immediately got the battery sensor. Look.
If you abort something that's started and it's only a single item, you can't get rid of it. Only multi items, like multi-resource items. But yeah, it's SnowRunner. They got a bunch of fixes. One of which is putting in the old MudRunner style steering on pad if you want, and everyone's like, "Yay!" So I know you.
Rule number one.
Well, I know you complained about that.
Give the people what they want.
Well, I probably would have complained about it, but obviously I used the steering wheel, which obviously. People are wanting to get rid of auto center for that because the force feedback mostly gets quite warm, and I'm like, I want to disagree, but it really does. But people are like, I'm an electrical engineer, I can tell you that motors getting warm reduces their lifespan. I'm like, motors getting hot have a problem, not motors getting, you know,
little more above ambient.
Yeah, 30 degrees. Or, I mean, I can feel it, but I mean, it's 30 degrees at most. It's not like, oh dear, there's no burning smell.
Button repeater. There we go.
But unfortunately, we will need
shitloads of zinc.
Well, yeah, but we also need a different storage type, because I said you can make the button happen when a storage is full or when a storage is empty. Our storages are. Oh, no, actually, I guess our storages are technically filling up, aren't they?
Oh, you just fill it with
well, no, because you're filling it with copper and laterite. That's fine. They won't get offloaded, which isn't a problem.
I'm wondering. No, you're gonna hate me for doing that. Oh, shut up.
But that doesn't matter because you've got 8 slots. Only 4 of them will fill up with useful stuff. 4 of them will fill up with useful stuff we can't get, but that doesn't matter. The point is, when that one becomes full, that robot arm gets turned on.
Where do I put the power button to make it do a thing?
I mean, power button.
The button repeater.
If you come to me, because there's one here we can use as a decent test, I think.
Okay, let me bring this one with me.
So you need a button repeater and a storage sensor.
I haven't got a storage sensor.
Then you can't do anything with the button repeater. The storage sensor is the bit that when it's full, it triggers the whatever, and in this case, your whatever is a button presser.
Where are you going with my extractor? Shalka?
Yes?
Where are you taking the extractor?
Zinc. Was it reserved for something?
So if you see this one, Max, see this one as full, you would hook up a storage sensor to that one, and then up to the storage sensor you would hook a... You're just giving it to me.
Yeah.
Well, I don't have a button presser, so we can... Now put that back.
I just mashed the keys and it went... what have I got hold of?
You've just...
I literally just mashed the buttons and it went, oh, you want that over there?
You've pulled both... No, you did. You pulled both triggers. You unplugged it, is what you did. Which you can do just by putting... both triggers. I hate this cable plugging. Of all the things they need to go, no, wrong side.
Yeah, just lock it when it's powered on or something. I don't know.
Well,
are you sure you should have it on this way?
No Man's Sky solved this by you have to hold stuff for a second. Going, are you sure? And you're like, yeah, good point. So, I believe what I do is Y hold use. I won't put it next. It'll probably get picked up, won't it?
Where does it go to work with the arm?
That's a good question. It's how do I connect it to the?
I'm gonna make a storage sensor.
So the little thing at the top, you can place it just on the ground, but the thing at the top.
Oh, fucked.
So okay, and if you press Y, that creates a segment that you can make many more off of.
I only want one though.
Well, then just attach it to your target.
I'm gonna laugh, by the way, if this robot arm just works. I'll turn it on. I'll say remotely. Yeah,
I think you should be able to daisy chain them off of that same pin if you hover your cursor over it.
No, I guess I need to.
It doesn't give you the option.
I can't do anything. That's all right. But now you'll notice this robot arm's gone to sleep. But that's fine. That's fine because this one's gone to sleep. So I'm going to turn this one on. Get transferring. So it should grab. The only problem is that this is a button presser hooked up to something that's got a toggle on it. So it's entirely possible what it will actually do is turn off when the storage is full, rather than turn on. Because it's not a state copier, is it? It's just a toggle.
I mean, you could always put a storage sensor on that storage and have it set to when full.
Well, that's what we're going to do, but if you set it to when full, what will it do? It will toggle the robot arm's state. And when it's not full, it will toggle the robot arm's state.
Off.
There's various different settings you can set it to, like full,
Okay.
not full, full, empty, empty, not empty.
Is there a changed? My point is, there's always going to be a situation where the storage is either full or not full, and the robot arm has just been turned off because this is a toggle, not an absolute setting.
So you set it to full, not full, and when the state changes to not full, it turns on, and then it changes to full and turns off.
No, when it's full, it will toggle from whatever state it's in into the other state, and we have robot arms randomly turning off and on. But now the problem is the robot arm thinks it's on. To be fair, I think I agree with it. I don't think it can offload, but you can.
It cannot offload.
No. But now it can.
And that's when you'd want the storage sensor. So that it toggles it.
Yeah, but I can only have the storage sensor on the input, not the output. Because the output won't ever get correctly full. Because of the... I mean, that's our fault.
Good point.
We were slightly wrong in our... What we should have done is more like this. So it covers all 6. But that would have probably involved another 50% robot arms.
Or could have just gone for smaller, dedicated storage platforms.
Yeah, well, we tried to forget software. We tried Bs, we tried As, we tried double Ds. No, what are these ones? A's. Oh, we tried large A's, small A's, and large C's. In retrospect, this was probably the best one on the end of a large C, covering everything, and then the next one also on a large C. But I'm hoping by the time we quote-unquote do this again, we'll have conveyors. The rumours are very strong that they're just adding conveyors in, you see. Because that's what everyone's been asking.
Robot arms are all fine and great for certain specific loading offloading tasks, but transport, they suck.
That's right. Basically, if we get to about 11:30 and it's not working, I'm going to carry all this shit up my hand and do it that way. We'll get our cosmetics, don't you worry.
Well, I've pretty much got the aluminium ready to go.
Well, I mean, I've got the copper. It's just at the wrong end of a hole. Story of my life, that is.
All the letters, it started to sound like shopping for lingerie.
Lingerie.
Hey, Shalka, where's that zinc that you put the extractor on? Because there's a very nice automated setup that I worked out.
That's all right, because they can give straight to robot arms. That one is give. Oh, that gave it to you.
That's fine.
I installed one
I'm wondering
extractor
why
on zinc.
this looks like the arm should be... Is that your doggo?
Now I need to power it.
No. Oh, it might be actually.
You need zinc?
I'm
Okay.
confused.
Or you need power for it?
Just looking at the pattern of the beds and the arms that are laid on them.
Somewhat
It
far
goes platform with the 4 holes. The left 2 holes have the arm on it, so there.
I'm gonna swap that over and see if that makes any difference there.
Thank you. Yeah, my OCD was kicking in pretty hard there. That one can't touch. That one's full. That one can't touch. It's turned off. So, and then went off, on. On.
Yeah, so part of the issue is that the server thinks it's on, the client thinks it's off, and the UI and the visual position of the arm don't match up.
They argue, yeah.
Why did I think that I needed zinc for a packager?
Zinc's packages are graphite, aren't they?
Yeah, that's what I just found out.
Ah.
Oh, did you do anything to that arm?
Yeah.
Or don't just do it, pick it up yourself.
It's a shame if we had the large silos on these. What if they ran until they bugged? It'd be quite good. You could probably get 40 or 50 up.
I'm just having a bigger storage in front of them.
Yeah, so
At least you get some coming through.
yeah, they are all working. I don't think we have any gaps in the line. We just have robot arms and they work for like 3 presses and then go, eh.
No, I should.
It just makes me angry. They sold so many copies and they have so much money and just still
Milking us for the shit.
I mean, I can't, to a degree, this is a free thing they added and they didn't have any requirement to add this, but you did. And at that point, there's at least a little bit of expectation that it, should, slightly work. Well, I guess it does slightly work, but, reliably.
You need to power for that extractor? Take these RTGs. Two should be enough. More than enough, actually. I know that they're enough.
Or I can grab my rover, put a rover on.
I just had a thought. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
If they don't transfer things that you... Hold on.
Hold on. Finish your sentence first.
I've got an
Remember, the issue is they stop grabbing stuff. The issue is not any sort of other setup, just the grabbing.
Oh no, I think I've got it working. Hold on. So you want to... You're saying... Oh, go to...
Finish your sentences.
Nom 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 nom.
That's not a sentence. Sentence has a subject and... I can't remember the rest of what sentence is.
Crap. I want it. Oh, bye-bye. Oh no, it's okay. It's Bastion something. Come here. Tether bundles. And what's with the individual tethers?
Tether bundles is also not a sentence. What about tether bundles?
Use them to... Oh god, camera. What's going on?
Use
with
tether
camera?
bundles to...
Oh, am I still holding on to the damn thing? Oh, that'd be why. Hold on. Oh, damn it. Oh, bye-bye. Use tether bundles to block the cheap, just something small, cheap, as ballast as you were calling it.
Nope.
Just to stop the beds filling up with crap on the positions they can't use.
Because they will... well, first that doesn't help, but...
it does, doesn't it?
Well, it won't solve the problem of the robot arm not making it to the top of the level, which is the issue we're having. All it means, all that means is we've currently got 100 storage. It just means that right now 50 of that storage will fill up with copper and laterite. It doesn't matter. We have 1,000 copper malachite down there. doesn't matter that we lose 50 into. I mean, it effectively is ballast, but that doesn't change anything. That doesn't save the actual problem, which we can't move the fucking stuff to the surface. So I am going with a plan C.
Is everybody on that we want that was planned for the cosmetics? Should I go ahead and start launching?
Yeah, I think so.
Do someone that's not on the next step after compound.
Sorry, what? Everyone's what?
I was missing 8 and there was no way for me to get it on the server, so I had to go into solo play and get it.
8 what?
Compound.
Oh, well no, on Glacio there's about 10,000 compound lying around because I made a big compound setup.
Right, but the problem was that I couldn't get it on the server because the server had already completed it, but I had.
Oh, that's very stupid. Medium storage, come on, where are you? Oh no, I don't want medium storage. I want a badass storage. You, come here. Oh fuck, it's full of. I'd say full of shit. It's full of high quality and useful materials. Just don't want them.
Sounds like you want somebody to come and help clear it out. You've got lots of space in the backpack.
No, I'm just going to move it to this other large storage.
Okay.
Is it full? No, it's still got stuff on it. What's the server frame rate now?
33.
Right. So
Okay, so some of the problem is this one here. What I'm looking at doesn't really matter, but it's a large platform. A is the input is too close to the robot arm to be able to pick it up.
if you turn it off and on, it works. I guarantee
Let me just
you.
double check that.
I guarantee you, all of them work from top to bottom. Some of them are messy. Some of them have got like silly overflows and stuff, but they absolutely all work.
See, something then happened. Something glitched then. Oh, hello. Let me come out the way. Oh, I see you just driving down with a giant storage on the back of it.
Oh yes, with a robot arm on the front set to copper. This is now plan F, I think we're up to. Thankfully, the storage silos have no collision because the Astroneer guys are absolute professionals. I love the way it just says bytes lost 500 with absolutely no indication why.
You know, the rover moves like a stop frame animation.
Yeah, because it's
Until
not
we get real close to it.
Okay, are you close to it now? Can you can you toggle the robot arm off and on for me? I don't want to get
Where
out.
is it?
On the front
Alright,
left.
Let me come around to the front. Okay, yeah. On again.
Yeah, there we go. Cleaning up our shit. And
What I want to know is why
can you give me a second favour before I run out of power? Can you turn on the generator on the back, please? Then you may ask all the questions. It's on the rear right quadrant. No! What'd you do?
Climbed on top of it.
Why would you think that was sensible?
I was trying to jump on it. I didn't think I'd into. Because how else would I?
Wait, you have played this game with us before, right? All the physics, all the physics are very vague. I'm actually amazed that let you do that. Okay, can you switch the generator on without getting within 1 foot of the vehicle?
I don't know which one. You have to give me more of a clue than that.
It's the generator. It's the one with the organic on it.
thanks.
It's the one with the organic on it.
And the air thingy's on it. There's nothing to switch on as far as I can tell. Nothing to turn on.
See the 5 organic on the back?
Yeah.
One of them is much taller than the other ones.
Yeah, so I can't reach that.
You shouldn't need to
can't
just
even
hover,
interact with
just
it.
hover your...
Oh, stop moving.
I'm just putting it a bit lower for you. Is that working?
Turn on. I'm hoping that does
Yeah.
something.
Yep, that's good. Now I won't run out of power. You might need to toggle the robot arm again. I think we'll need to do a 3-point turn. I'm not too worried about running out of power long term because I can just plug it back into the mains. Okay. So can you toggle the robot arm? See if it starts.
Is it on the... You've turned around, have you?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it shouldn't glitch. The physics should not do this sort of stuff. It absolutely shouldn't. Like, I kind of understand to a degree some issues with the physics, but there are certain...
It's probably it hasn't been tested in multiplayer. If you tested single player,
not anywhere near enough. No, I completely agree. It was very obvious
where...
where...
things up if I start taking things and putting them on the thing as well.
No, it should be alright. The robot arm... That's the thing. So in Fortress Craft, robot arms like reserve bits. So it's the moment it starts to move, it's reserved there. I bet you if you put something on the same spot a robot arm's putting it on, it just puts 2 on. I noticed this robot arm isn't screwing up though. Got one more slot, I think. Oh, 2 more slots. Oh, wait, now where's it putting it? Oh god, now it's putting it on the back of the rover. Sorry, Blood Rose, I've nearly picked up
You've got 4 more spots on the back, 3 more spots on the back there.
Is the robot arm... I can't tell.
Stopped.
Is it intersecting with something? Is it actually stopped, or is it just not being able to touch?
I'll turn it on again for you. There you go, turn it off and on. It's putting him on the back of the vehicle and it's stopped. And if I turn it off and don't move, turn it on again. Gives another one. Puts it on the back. Gives
And,
up. Oh, no.
and then doesn't give up.
And then doesn't give up. And
Wait, and
now it's got another one and it's going to carry it. I
Yeah,
think.
that's cool.
You are definitely jammed full.
I am full
as
of
am I.
copper. I mean, that kind of works. I mean, it's sad that that's a better solution to automation, is just dump all the physics on the floor, pick them up with a robot arm, and then drive it back in a rover.
Yeah.
What annoys me, because I said to Schalke, because he explained that we could use the power system to turn a generator off and on. I'm like, right, give me another use. There isn't one. It doesn't fucking work on a rover, though, does it? When you start using up slots to be able to have your... Just give me a smart generator.
Oh, crap again.
What?
I unplugged some stuff. I'm not even pressing the right trigger, I'm just accidentally pressing the left.
Yeah, I know what you're doing. You're walking around with the left trigger held. That's what you're doing, just out of habit.
Right.
I've had to train myself out of that habit.
Virtual mouse cursor thing.
Right, so I'm smelting a lot of copper. Will the robot arm... But like, we don't even know whether or not the issue is the output jam, the input jammed, a timing bug, a state bug. Nothing at all. No clue. Zero.
And they plan on solving it by putting something else entirely different into the game rather than actually solving it.
No, I'm sure they'll fix it, but they only patch once a month, no matter how serious their issues.
What?
In this case, their flagship new feature doesn't fucking work reliably.
Yes. I work for a company like that.
Yeah, but you don't do large monthly patches where you're showing off to your excited audience the new stuff for that month.
No, I don't.
It's just embarrassing at this point. Oh, okay. Yeah. It doesn't work. Okay.
Why is this?
Because they did a big trailer about it. Everything.
That canister was going onto the thing.
Am I emptying? Do you want to
And you
transfer the
took
contents from
from
one
it.
to the other, or have you done that already?
I didn't hear you. Sorry, Max.
Do you want me to take the stuff off of it? Aluminium.
The robot. If you just took the robot arm, it will do it.
Oh, right, okay. How about you?
I mean, sometimes. Did one. It literally one thing for it gave up. It's not quirky. Shut up.
Because it's got copper and it's not one thing it wants to.
No, the one on the right. I turned it off and on. Started grabbing the copper again.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
just maybe out.
But they did a trailer for this. In fact, I'm gonna watch it. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna watch the trailer. Astroneer. That's not spelled like that. Automation.
Oh, your generator's still on, gobbling your fuel, by the way.
No, it's not. Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
Thought I turned it off.
Okay, well, anyway, that's ready to go back down again. I have some more.
I'm almost tempted, by the way, just to watch other people's Astroneer automation. But they actually did a trailer showing off. Like, this shows everything about this fucking team. This shows where their fucking priorities lie. Because they made custom animations for this fucking trailer for their new features which don't fucking work. That annoys the piss out of me. Marketing more important than actual working game.
Marketing's always
Oh, but they are busy showing off their new paid-for skin, of course. So I mean, it's very, graphics are lovely. Graphics are lovely because they've obviously got 93 artists working on one programmer who's incompetent. And there you go. Now they've got their showing off the robot arm. Look, it's picked some shit up off the floor. I think that's what they expected you to do the robot arm for. But even this is their trailer. This is their example, right? In their example, they have dumped off all of their shit on the floor rather than put their shit in there directly. It's no quicker to dump your shit on the floor than just to put it in the right place. There's no dump all button. There's no dump all common resources. So even in their own demonstration, they're showing you, here's a completely pointless thing that you could do. And then look at this. Can you even imagine? So how many have they got running here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 or 8. What do we had 3 on our planet, and that was a stretch. And this is what gave me the idea of the robot arms and the robots, was this shot here, where they have a... This is all fake. I know it's fake because... Right, here we go. This is what... Right. So on the left, we have a robot arm that will load from here. Sorry, will load from here to here. Won't load from there. It can't. That's 90 degrees out. No, they've got an RTG which gives power. Now, what will actually happen is this thing would load the copper on to there. It looks like in their code, this is obviously a render. I bet you this was a render done with the artist showing how it worked. In this case, that would only offload to there because it's facing in this direction, and that would only offload because it's facing in this direction. As you saw, that doesn't work in the game, so it loaded it onto the back. You also notice he's got no power in his thingies, right? But note it cuts away at that point, because the next thing that would happen is this robot arm here would grab off that fucking copper, which I'm pretty sure it's actually jammed. Actually, did it jam out on the back of the rover? No, it didn't. What a shame. Yeah, I don't know if you've got the trailer up, Max, but that's what they've done there.
I'm watching you.
They've got
watching you watch the trailer.
They've got the 2x1 in the middle, and one unloads, one offloads.
Yeah. That'll make it more efficient. I wonder if we should try that in a standalone experiment, see if that lasts for very long.
Well, we've got the equipment to make a whole bunch of them, yeah.
I'm just thinking we should, if that's the recommended thing, can we try it and see?
Well, yeah.
Although this arm has given up, which is bloody stupid.
Don't get me wrong.
I keep lifting them off the base and putting them back on because it seems to have more success than...
And yeah, but you have to make sure they don't turn around, what they do a lot.
Yes.
Don't get me wrong, by the way, this is awesome.
Buggins.
That is such a cool trailer. There, onto the arm, into that one, out, in. But it doesn't fucking work. So this robot arm here, that one would just grab this shit out here. Unless you place it pixel perfect. Or walk past it. So half the things they did in their trailer, you can't do. Might comment, what a bunch of bullshit this was. Cool trailer though, and I come upstairs, and what do I find? A robot arm sitting there, not working.
Yeah.
Have you got it the right way around?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Yes, you did.
Let's keep turning it off and on again. Turn it off and on again. It would be nice if it could actually put all 4 in at once.
That's my fault. If you can do it, you'd have to move the smelter and everything else here sideways a bit. But it wouldn't make it any quicker because the smelter still works at a fixed rate.
I was just thinking.
Really?
Their example uses that 2-bed thing.
Yeah.
What's to stop us just putting the medium storage in between?
Nothing.
Valid destination.
Nothing. But I mean,
you just make sure that circle covered the entire thing.
So all you need for a robot arm is aluminium and something else. I unfortunately, and I want to say you're right, I do, but I'm pretty sure it'll make no difference at all.
Yeah.
But
we're desperate.
I want you to be right.
We want to make this work. Damn it.
Okay, so robot arm. Let's see what.
I think there's a spare one down in the hole.
No, because you might as well just make it. It's just aluminium and something else.
Oh, so there is a spare one. I'm fairly sure.
Auto. No, I just grabbed one, and an auto arm is aluminium and graphite. So that's easy.
Shalka, did you take my large shuttle?
I unpacked one large
Just
shuttle.
made
Yes.
that thing.
I think the term is yoink.
Did it have your name on it?
Don't think it did.
It's a shame we can't colorise the shuttles and things like that.
Oh, it's a fucking mess down here, by the way.
Sorry, don't worry about it. I've got everything you need to. I'll have 2 robot arms and
I hope I have enough to make another.
and enough resin for the platforms.
Okay, cool. I'm just going to grab these.
And you also want a theatre. If you come to here, you'll have everything you want.
Thank you.
Yeah, Lou Anchin. So because their robot arms aren't filtered, what they demonstrated won't work. The Astroneer one would just grab off the copper. So you put copper on it, it would immediately grab it off. And that's the problem you've got, is you cannot have any sort of sensible loading systems, you can't have any sorts of filtering systems, it's all a bunch of lies.
Hooey. Yeah.
Hooey, yes.
Well, lies is also sufficient.
Okay.
All crap. False plot.
Okay, so medium platform
So-
A.
Right.
Where in the cave did you put that extractor?
The deep one that goes to core.
I know I didn't finish the tethers to the core.
Well, it's almost finished. But it's on the big mushroom layer.
I mean, it's a trailer. Trailers are always lies. Max, here's everything you need. 3 platforms, 2 robot arms.
Can you do an arrow thing for me?
At the small printer.
Oh, right, okay. Fine.
And I'm guessing you also want a medium storage for the middle.
Oops.
So I used to spend afternoons in Fortress Craft doing nothing but running robot arms conveyor belts around in circles, up and down, back and forwards, just watching for hours, make sure they work, they had no issues, no bugs.
Aren't you wonderful?
No, that's the point, that's bare minimum.
I'm going to leech power from somewhere for this lot, aren't I?
Just
Take it at the back of the research.
Just plug it into the base, yeah. We should have tons. The RTG Fairy has blessed us once, twice, and thrice. They're not that expensive, the robot arms.
And then... space. Try that. That's over there. And that.
I'll dial up another block of resin because you can't have too many.
Okay. Just need to think of something I can point it at.
Oh no, that's the bit I was going to do. So if you just sort of set it up, I'll set the first robot arm up to grab resin,
Oh, okay,
and then I will be the dummy. See, I reckon part of the reason the rover works is it's dealing with physics objects, not parked stuff. So I'll make another platform for me to pop down. Because I reckon there's a chance that platforms don't work and animated physics objects do. It's just a guess, just a feeling, but it's a strongish one. Not that strong, fairly strong. So yeah, I'm overclocking my GPU now. Not that I'm noticing the difference in the frame rate, but I'm hoping I can get a bit more frame rate out of the other game we're playing, SnowRunner, because that is very GPU bound. And I don't have anything left to stream. I say it runs the game fine, but Game Plus stream quite challenging. Now, question, given the passing of Grant Imahara today, if I'm doing a YouTube stream, does that count as writing it down? I guess it does. So Grant Imahara died from a brain aneurysm. One of the Mythbusters.
Oh yes, I heard about that.
Yeah, like literally dropped dead, bang. Like not a oh, you've been a bit sick for a while. Walking along, dead. Yeah. Happened to a girl I went to school with. She died 22, 23. Just died in the kitchen. Her baby was in the kitchen, and her husband comes home just to find her dead. And she just literally died of the brain aneurysm. Like literally, you're fine.
Dead.
That's it. You know.
Okay, so I've got juice to the whole lot.
Because we are hypothesizing. We are. What's it? It's theorize. No, hypothesize. Oh man, how does science work again? We did this at school. Come on, we should all know this.
Make a hypothesis.
And
you test the hypothesis.
Well, hold on. I'd like to point. Okay, so let me set this robot arm to only do resin. I'd like.
It's the wrong way for stuff.
It's absolutely around the wrong way. Oh. So you're better off taking that middle one. Put the middle one where I am.
Oh, okay, so we don't absolutely grab something from somewhere we don't. Well,
you can't. I mean, unfortunately, the only place to grab from there is the research bay, so.
Yeah, I was thinking that might be fine.
So, I'd like to say that while we're doing this, of course, all our resources are coming up from the ground, but they're just not.
They're just going nowhere. Right.
I'm fetching iron from Glacier. Does anybody want some business here?
Can I get some salt vinegar Pringles, please? Alright, Max, put it exactly where I am, because that is exactly the middle. Just stick it inside me.
Okay.
Our Pringles factory is out of capacity.
How's that look? You have to. That's pretty much in the middle, isn't it?
Okay. Oh, we're going to test it with and without. So let's test it without first.
Let's test it without. Well, in theory, we should be able to use this one at the end for somewhere to put it. So if I turn this one on,
Let's go for it.
I haven't got a button for turn on. It's not there. Can you see the button?
Auto on. Filter resin. Why isn't it giving us the button?
I'll put it back. There we go. I'll put it back. Turn on.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Right, so that's out of capacity on its output.
Yeah,
that hasn't got one either.
Now let me turn this one on. Yeah, if I put it back. Oh, it's not plugged in. Yeah, they have to have power to affect their state, because that makes sense. Oh, you don't. And so you have to put it on.
Right.
That's totally fucking.
That's unloaded.
I know, and it's given up. Okay, fuck you. So fuck you.
Turn it on.
Fuck you. So what can we surmise? It doesn't work. It's probably because we've got a big base. I mean, I'm sure if we had this was a fresh server, it would just work.
Really?
They've all given up. That one's doing it.
It'll take you ages to really get to the point where you can build these.
It's not too deep. It's just aluminium and graphite. Aluminium's on all planets, so you can do it on the first planet, but it just doesn't work. It's that simple. Does not work. Yeah. As Lou Angel said, imagine if you built something that's filtered from the start and then you get to a slightly busy world and the robot arms stop working. Jeez, you imagine. I can imagine all too clearly, I'm afraid. Well.
Right, so option B.
I'm sticking with option F.
Okay, so that covers almost the entire bed. Let me just do that up.
I was like, oh, it's working. It's not working.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say myth confirmed. Or busted, depending which way around we were doing the myth.
Yes, indeed.
Now, is this robot arm still set up to pick up copper? It is. Is it going to? Is it fuck?
Alright, so let's try this again. Turn it off. It's not turned off. Turn it on. It's on. Right.
What is the betting as well? If I were to get Esmir to email me a copy of the world and I booted it up in single player, it would work just fine.
I guarantee it will.
Yeah, I reckon so too.
I got it working. I got it working. Na, 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 na.
How many is it transferred?
3.
Oh, well,
4.
right.
My backpack's nearly full. I've got 2 more slots to fill.
You're a physics object. As I said, I think it works on physics objects quite reliably and not on
I've got
non-physics.
6.
Yeah, but you're a moving object. That's what I think the issue is. I think it's doing something like your movement is invalidating the local cache of physics objects. So then it's going, oh, what's there? Oh, goodness me, there's a an object I can pick up. But when the objects are all still and asleep, it's not doing that. Oh, I can go one better now. I haven't got little circles showing me where the robot arm can pick up and put down from.
Oh, that's helpful. Is there no juice?
No, it's got power.
Hmm.
The worst thing is if I put a robot arm on the front of a rover and I haven't filtered it, it will just grab off everything. It sees.
Including your base carefully laid out.
It won't take stuff that doesn't have physics. It won't take, for example, tethers that are attached down. But it will take tethers that have been knocked in any way. Oh no, yeah, and it won't take. No, it does absolutely. No, that's bollocks. It absolutely does take plugs. They've broken that as well. Nearly everything. If it's something that doesn't have physics, it always, until this patch, can't be interacted with.
So this is working for me.
What are you doing differently then?
I don't know.
Are you?
Come
are you?
look.
Are you still?
No.
You're not in the equation.
No, I filled the output up, and once I had to turn both arms on and off and on again. So there is that still having to work around. But then once they were on and the output path of the entire chain was clear, it output.
Okay, so right now, is it gone to sleep because everything's at one end?
Yes.
Right. So pick up the full one and stick it at one end. Pick up the empty one, stick it at the other.
Okay. And you're hoping it's gonna just resume.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm no.
That's what we'd like.
I have no hope. I didn't really have expectations. My expectations are it will break. Same as this fucking robot.
Okay. I'm gonna make sure I've got the storage, empty storage at the far end first. So the output's got somewhere to go.
I'm gonna put the copper.
Smack them. Right, stick it on the bed. Nothing. So it is filtering, so that's okay. Let me just grab the stuff we don't want on there off. Oops. Right, so it's got stuff to do. It's got an output. It's just not Just refusing. It's just ignoring it.
Well, I've managed to make this one work 100% reliably. All you have to do is put the malachite on the end of the robot arm and it puts it in a good place.
Does it then kick it into life? To the other?
Well, I've got a circle on it now, so maybe. I wonder if that's the bug. I wonder if it's... Oh, now see, that would make sense. Ooh. If the bug was, I think I've got something on the end of my arm.
Yes, it looks like it, because now mine's kicked into life as well. And it's doing the empty the bed for you.
Is it a spider?
No, it's not a spider. So, what was that woman's name? Was it Crystal? Fuck you, Crystal. I don't need access to the source code. I can fucking work out what a bug is. Bet you that that's it.
There we go. Yeah, it's working. It's working beautifully. Yeah.
So the bug is it thinks there's something on the end of the arm. When there is a state issue. Because
Because he can't unload it, and he goes, "Oh, okay," and then something on the underarm, and
rather than you thinking, "Oh, I'm just randomly abusing some woman," I was told by an Astroneer, I'll say fangirl, I couldn't, despite her having been 10 years in the games industry, there's no way I could deduce how difficult a bug was because I haven't got access to source code. And I'm like, this is literally what I have done for a living for many, many years, is go into people's code, look at it, and go, "Where's blah 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 file," and then fixing their bugs. And
I'm just going to test it with a full 8 run now.
Well, I'm gonna test it by reversing up and seeing if I can just drive at some jammed up parts, see if I can't grab my stuff off.
Well, I've got one arm here with a piece of resin on it, so I'll take that off, and that then did a thing, and then take it and put it on the arm that hasn't.
Her name
bingo!
Her name was Crystal. That was all.
Yeah, that's definitely it, Adam. Well done.
Well, it's not entirely it. It's not entirely it, but hold on. What if I put something in that's not copper onto it? It still offloads it. Okay, is he gonna... Yeah, and then it starts grabbing stuff. Ta-da! Yeah. In your face, Crystal. In your face.
Yeah.
So systematically abusing women is somehow better?
No, I'm systematically abusing a person.
Specifically,
yeah, not systematically, systematically.
Yeah, it's not misogyny.
I was just really annoyed that I was pointing out certain bugs for trivial effects, and she's like, "Oh, you don't know that?" I'm like, "I absolutely do know that because this is what I have done for 20 years and then some." And I have gone on to projects. What was Jericho? I think was $17 or $18 million project. And I had 6 weeks to land on a code base written by a non-English speaking team and fix shit. By comparison, this would be a walk in the park. Well, I mean, she could also be a sex worker. This might be her stripper name. I don't know. I don't think I've ever known anyone called Crystal. I'm sure there are real people called Crystal. You know what I mean? Not real people. For all I know, it is a overweight neckbeard who likes to pretend to be a woman online. I don't care. I am absolutely the epitome of meritocracy.
Neckbeard?
No.
Sorry, couldn't resist.
Meritocracy. As I've said before, I don't care if you are straight or gay or black or white. All I care about is when you commit your code, does it work? Brilliant. That's all I've ever cared. To be fair, that's all almost anyone in the games industry actually cares about is the quality of your code. And the fact like robots out of power.
And what does blue represent? What does green represent? Blue's output, yes?
I don't know. If the robot arm's not turned on, it faces towards the output. It faces towards the input. Towards the input.
Right. Okay.
Oh, God. Screw you. You need to stop in the right place so I can plug you in, you useless, terrible...
Pause.
I do really like the cable mechanics. I just wish they weren't such a massive pain in the arse.
What does the large arrow on the large platform indicate? Output? Input?
The large...
Directional? Well, there's an arrow on the top, isn't there? Like an H shape, and then an I shape, and then an arrow, and a triangle.
No.
I
don't know. Let me just find the solar panel I've done it. I'm just charging up my rover so I can actually drive to the surface. Show me the arrow. Again, that's one of my favourite things. Plugging in the rover and then just driving off and having the cable pop out is awesome. Oh, there is an arrow.
Oh. I don't know what purpose that's for.
Hold on. There is an arrow. Don't tell me that has any actual meaning.
Oh, I have no idea.
What is it? Small platform B? Large platform A?
That is the direction that the machinery that you place on it will default face.
So that's why a lot of my robot arms keep turning around every time I do anything with them.
Correct.
Wait, hold on. Max, I don't think you understand. Let me just check Steam. Playtime on Astroneer on PC, 184 hours, and I've never even noticed the arrow. I'm like, what arrow? What's he talking about? Please tell me that arrow is in no way related in any way, shape or form to the fun we've been having. Please.
Just going to
I
quickly check
don't
reference.
think so, but it could be.
There's a smallest one.
So if you put a robot arm on a platform with no power, you can't turn it on.
This one's sideways.
You can't turn it on even when it gets power.
Yeah, it's not affecting the arms grabbing things, I don't think. Not from our example that we did up here.
Oh, you moved it so it's not actually touching the...
Yes, I'm trying to make it so it actually can access all four outputs rather than just one.
Yeah, that's fine, but you need to do it from the other direction because otherwise you have to rejig the entire down.
I intend to.
No, you fix the top, not the bottom. Like if you move the smelter across, that's good. Like
I'm going to start from the bottom.
we will be done long before you are finished. Like the stream will be done long before you are even slightly complete there. There we go. That's now covering all of the smelter holes. Not that it's doing it automatically, so.
Right, so this arm grabs things and let's have just do a quick look at this. Yeah, that's on the right round.
I'm also fairly sure if a robot arm ever loses power, it just gets fucked.
Yeah.
But now I can turn this one off and on, so it had power. So how are we towards our hats, by the way?
Well, we have Gearhead.
I will immediately change my hat. I didn't see that. I just saw the you've spent 500 bytes messages. I do have Gearhead. Wow, it's nowhere near as cool. Oh, I really like that actually. Oh damn it! Oh, I really like that. But you've all got them, so therefore it's shit. I'm going to continue with my tyre. I want this one. What do I have to do for this one? Oh, and beyond achievement. Unfortunately, with all this, it's just going to be easier, I'm afraid, just to grab that and then just stick this entire thing of copper on the smelter. So I think the TLDR is the robot arms don't work no matter what we do. But we have deduced what the issue is. Unfortunately, without access to the code, can't fix it. But it's almost definitely going to be a conflict due to networking of what the robot arm thinks it has in the end of it compared to what it does have in it. Yeah, sticking something in the robot arm makes it work. I wonder how long it makes it work for. Because if it makes it work reliably, then we could fix our entire robot arm line just by adding or removing things from the end.
Oh dear, now I'm host by my own petard. Let's put that back. Right. Oh.
So, Lou Anshin, didn't you do a bit of Googling before to see if anyone had worked out a solution to this? And no one had. I'm doing the office look at the stream chat again. Yeah. This robot arm has now transferred 8 or 10 things.
Yep.
I mean, it's not that impressive. It should obviously transfer unlimited, but...
It's working better.
It's 15 things, maybe? Now it's out of things to transfer. Now it has something else to transfer. 4, 5, 6. That does seem to have stopped it. When it runs out of things to transfer, it gives up.
Whoa, oh shit.
Turning it off and on makes it as reliable as move one thing. I'll tell you what, let me just put this here. A sec. And key off the robot arm. Oh, bugger. So I've just given it about 25 things to move. I'm going to see if it does it. Akohaka, we are very sure this is a network issue. I am very sure if we ran this in a single player, this would all work.
How do I get the power extender up my backpack?
Put it on your shoulders and then press the appropriate bumper that represents the shoulder on your backpack.
Roger.
But as I said, these are their flagship new item. They did a fucking trailer on it. Kohaka, I would like you to answer with a yes or no. Was the trailer entirely filmed as if they were playing multiplayer? I think we all know the answer to this, don't we? Oh, we watched it earlier on stream. They did a trailer. It's faked. It's obviously fake because some of the stuff they've done, if you actually did it, it wouldn't work. Yeah, so this robot arm has moved 30 or 40 things now. So, if a robot arm breaks, either add or remove one of the things it is expecting from its hand. If it runs out of source items, it seems to go to sleep. Right, it's filled up 1.5 storage silos now, and it seems to not be stopping. So essentially, Max, as long as we make sure there are no issues with our network top to bottom, we can make it work. I mean, not that we need to now, because I've solved it through Plan C, which was drive a rover full of robot arms down there. Esmir, so I've got 40 or 50 copper here. Just waiting. Maybe 100 copper. I don't know.
And you're doing aluminium as well. Going for the straight up alloy.
We've got loads. If you want to come here and do that bit, we will continue to amass the resources. Didn't got any good news. It's all been a bit bleak, the news of late. I mean, I've had some personal bad news. A friend of mine asked me, he's going to be fostering some kittens, and he's like, I have to be away this weekend. Do you have any? And I'm like, I will look after your kittens. And the most terrible news has happened. They've got someone else to look after them. I'm like, but I wanted to look after the kittens. So hopefully other people have got some slightly more joyous news to share than my I don't get to play with some kittens for a weekend.
That is terrible news.
It's the worst. It's just the worst. The kittens are okay. They're just staying with a different set of people. If I put them back here, yeah, as soon as they don't have work to do, they go to sleep, and that's it.
They never wake up again.
They don't seem to wake. Yeah. And sometimes they're actually off. Like a lot of these robot arms down this path are off.
Which is source, green or blue? I'm forgetting.
Green.
Green, that's source.
You think they would have drawn a little arrow in it?
They made it a bit more bloody obvious for us dimbos.
Well, it's like they played Portal and went, oh yeah, blue to the other colour. Like, yeah, great. But just for a moment, pretend that I'd forgotten what colour bloody Portal used for stuff. And,
yeah.
I know.
Not bad, guys.
It's blue to orange, I'm aware. And now I can't turn the extractor off and on.
Do we have every
because
resource
it ran out of
extractors?
it can't. Yeah, you have to place it down again.
It ran out of what? Sensible?
The resource. It thinks that it's going for copper. You need to place it down again for.
No, this one was on aluminium.
Weird.
I once ate a whole block of cheese for dinner because I didn't have anything else in the fridge. I was a student at the time. And I learned two things. You know, they say you get weird dreams if you eat too much cheese. That's not true. But you do feel quite ill having eaten half a kilo of cheese. So my advice to you, young people, do not just eat cheese for dinner. Try and involve some other... anything. Not a different type of cheese. Don't eat like cheddar cheese wrapped up in slices of American cheese. So the way to solve the automation problem is to do it by hand. I do feel for them a bit because they have made some very, very bad decisions many years ago, which they are still suffering from. One of those being to make it look the way it is, to make it act on a non-grid based system. These were all, in retrospect, terrible decisions. Unfortunately, we are stuck with them now. And I feel for that because they cannot just go, hey, we fixed that. They are absolutely stuck with these permanently. Well, Kohaka, have you ever had cheese from a can? Like squirty cheese. It's a thing.
I think the Americans like to call it cheese whiz. Is that bollocks?
I think that's a brand name though, rather than the generic.
Oh, okay. Didn't know that either. I need a platform, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it comes in an aerosol can, not in like like a soup can. I swear, sometimes I turn them around and then they immediately turn around again. Yeah, I assume I spelled it right. Videos. Aerosol cheese. Easy cheese! Oh my god. No.
Do you like cheese?
No, they're just pouring it straight into their mouths.
Propellant and all.
The propellant is nitrous oxide in squirty cream. Incidentally, squirty cream, no cream in that whatsoever.
Yeah.
This stuff's really nice though. I've had it. It's not cheese. It's a very strong sort of... their phrase is perfect for portable snacking. This is why you have an obesity problem. Just squirt the cheese.
Snacking.
Yeah, and the woman in the advert is just squirting cheese straight into her mouth. Useful in many situations. When I need cheese. Wait.
When you're about to have anaphylactic... What? No, there isn't a situation when you
Okay, no, never mind.
Cheese.
They are being funny now. They have just... yeah, okay, then this has now been edited and being funny. Okay, that's fine. But yeah, great for portable stuff. But let's quickly jump through to what happens when you puncture a can of Easy Cheese. Wait, hold on a minute. Raid Shadow Legends, you say? That's what we should play tomorrow. We should just play Raid Shadow Legends.
Hard pass.
What? Do you run ad blocker?
Always.
Alright, that's why you've never seen it.
Yeah, Sam.
You can't move for adverts for Raid Shadow Legends.
I can't move for adverts of other kinds.
YouTube seemed to... Oh my god.
You're pushing Trader 212 at me. I'm like, what the fuck do I care about? Right, can I break the electricity line going up to the top so I can rearrange these platforms down here? Because the power goes down and back up, so I'm assuming that's okay.
I mean, just... What I'll do... if I just plug it in there, that should still work. We've disconnected the battery, but that shouldn't really make much difference.
Right. Just trying to check this on the output location is pretty good. And no, it's too good.
Maybe that's what we should do tomorrow. We should find the worst possible multiplayer free-to-play game on Steam and tear the shit out of it.
Tear a new one.
Just. Yeah, I think that's what we should do. We should do the worst thing we can for our 100th anniversary. Rather than trying to... But the thing is, sometimes it's worth playing a really shit game because it absolutely makes you reevaluate how good the good games are, because this is hacking me off. All these robot arms are now all turned off, for fuck's sake. But overall, this game is really good. Graphics are lovely, the sound is good, the music's good, it looks great. I mean, you do have an entire solar system that you can just explore seamlessly, you know. It does have many good things about it. But sadly, all I actually care about is, are the robot arms working? I wonder what we can find. I wonder if there's a way to... Yeah, tell you what. Got it. Steam, store, explore, browse,
Smirk, giggle.
free to play, and now how do I sort? Narrow by tag. We have massively multiplayer and multiplayer. We'll click multiplayer. Top hit Dota. Sort by user reviews, and then go all the way to the end.
Page 900.
Okay, so we've now left the thumbs up category. We're now down into the
Mixed reviews.
Twiddly category, yeah.
Twiddly. Obviously, up and down.
Okay, oh, I think I might have it. Deep Space Banana.
Sounds perfect.
It actually looks... Yeah, wait, it actually looks really good.
That'd be the ultimate irony, wouldn't it?
Wait.
You pick the...
It's a strategy tower defense game with bananas in space. With monkeys in space, burning spaceships. That looks really good. Why are all the views so bad?
Let's find out.
Typical free-to-play mobile game. It's a time-based building game. Okay, but wait. Not recommended. Okay, Schalke. Give me the best insult you can and finish properly. Oh my god, this person.
Nah, last time you tricked me.
No, this person. I want to say something bad about this person and finish. Worst
Which
swear.
one?
Wait, just give me the worst swear word you can think of.
Nah,
First
you tricked
channel.
me to be me.
Okay. Apparently Finnish people aren't mean. Not recommended. 204 hours on record. 17 hours at review time. You fucking asshole. This is a shit game. Reviewed. Oh, I'll play it for another 183 hours. Fuck me.
To be fair, I gave Astroneer a really terrible review because of all the bugs. But, it's still playing it because obligation, right?
Well, let's go through a few. We've got Gasp. That looks alright too, actually. These actually look quite good. Holy moly! Recent reviews, very negative. Now that's a rare one. A good recommended. A good way of making sure your Steam uninstall feature still works. This game is kind of boring. This game is boring. This is boring. I should listen to reviews. Why? It's not worth the disk space. It's a really good feature, Koha, because it stops people going, what a shit game. I've only put 1,000 hours into it since I said it wasn't any good. Drift Gear Racing, Half-Life Before, Hide vs. Seek, mostly negative. Zombieland Bizarre Edition, mostly negative. Racecraft Esports. Oh my god, that looks like a horrible, horrible racing game. This is written in Japanese, but I think it says something Ross something 2. The Magnificent 5. Oh, it's like a Red Dead Redemption clone written in Unity that's multiplayer. Oh my god. This is why people think Unity games are shit. My first Unity game. Like, that looks awful, but at the same time, they've got really nice translucent backlighting on their foliage. Yeah, it looks like a cheap ass Red Dead Redemption. Actually, that looks pretty good. But a Red Dead Redemption, not that Red Dead Redemption is the paragon of originality. So we also have Hide and Seek, as well as Hide vs. Seek. Heroes of Soulcraft Arcade MOBA. His, brackets, Heroes in the Sky. That would be hits, not his. Looks like a War Thunder clone. Mostly negative. What the fuck even is this? Oh wow. So it's an airplane dogfighting PvP combat game with hit scan. Oh dear. Not recommended. This game has no support. They do everything they can to get you to spend money. The game is fun. If you could run into a problem, you will just spend a bunch of cash to get items and upgrades and you will lose all your items. The game should be removed from Steam. It's a scam. Not recommended. 450 hours at review time, and he has put in a further 300 hours since then. You have a problem, sir. Settlers Online, Skyreach, Aura Kingdom 2, Ancient World War, Spell Knights, Mortal Royale. Oh my god. Up to 1,000 players. hell is going on with the graphics? I've never seen anything look quite so odd. Oh man, this looks like it might be proper super jank. Pros. It's a nice idea. It's free. This game is a cash grab. Aura Kingdom 2. A great remake of a classic Momorpaga. Which Momorpaga? Slime CCG. God, that looks awful. Or we could play a really good free-to-play game. But I reckon what we should do, we should just go into some random ass free-to-play game. Super Friends Party. A Walk in the Woods. You're not selling it even with the name there, are you? Mini World, Block Art. Let me know if any of these grab your fancy, guys. Dinosaurs, a prehistoric adventure. Code, the Werewolf Party. Oh my god. Animal Jam. What, as in getting together for a party? Oh good, oh good. Alright. For a moment I was going to be horrified. It looks... See, that looks...
So make some animals?
Yeah, yeah.
Or animal husbandry.
Well, not that type of animal husbandry. It appears to be a tower defense game with...
Clearly, we need to play Puzzle Pirates.
Can we play Puzzle Pirates?
Yeah, it's still up.
Is it on Steam? Is it? Because Puzzle Pirates was
It is on
really
Steam.
good. Is it free or is it pay to play?
Depends on what realm you're going on to. There's free realms and then there's pay realms. Obviously, the free one's going to be full of a bunch of...
Well, no, because that's fine, because we'll be on the same team, so it doesn't matter how good or bad they are.
Exactly.
Wait a minute, Dungeon Hunter 5? Heroes of Scene? What? My Little Farmies? Foam Dart Frenzy? Helmet Heroes? That was my nickname at college. My Sunny Resort? Fear in Hospital. The shocking thing is how many of my friends have played these games. Mad Guns? Vroom Kaboom? That looks pretty good. Rated E for everyone. Apart from Comic Mischief apparently present in this game. I genuinely can't tell what this game is. Whether it's a combat game or a... Oh, it's a card game. Oh, it's like Battle Isle, but awful.
I'm honestly still holding out for the day we choose Fortress Craft because I'm still hoping we can do no communication and addendum as well. You can't fix other people's stuff.
I am going to have to work out some sort of play by yourself mode for the next one because people do want to do that, even though it doesn't make any sense. There's a game here where you get to play a ball and roll around. Capsa, free to play. Wait, what even? So, I'm trying to work out what these games are from the screenshot. So let me describe to you the screenshot. There's a buggy driving around on a beach. So it's a race game. There's 3 of them. And the next shot, it has a lady wearing some Union Jack flags on her tits on a boat. And then the next shot, people are swimming around underwater. And then people are having a party. And then there's more cars. I don't even know what the game is. Entered into early access end 2017. Why early access? It provides the opportunity to develop the final stages of our game. You are a bunch of liars, aren't you? I didn't think I saw Brink. Melt Slug Defense is in there. That's actually pretty good. It's I actually own that one. Oh, I have downloaded that one. It's free. Go All Out, free to play. Oh, this one sounds good, guys. Multiplayer FPS demo. What more would you want out of a game? It tells you everything you need to know about the game. Shoot some boxes, shoot some zombies, have a screenshot of Unity 5.6 for reasons. Have a look at some of the code. I suspect this is an asset pack for Unity that he's allowing you to play. War of Beach, Age of Cavemen, The Ark of Horizon. Oh my god. English language not supported. I think I've got our game, guys. It appears to be a weird Asian battle royale game.
That sounds so familiar, that game. I don't know why.
It's called The Ark of Horizon Flying Battle Royale.
Oh god.
Let's look at the
Never mind.
reviews. Shit gameplay, terrible frames. I cannot connect to any server. PP. But again, with this one looks like it's actually quite a lot of money spent on it. Like, that's pretty good. That's a little odd because people's wrists don't bend like that. But again, pretty good. It wasn't early access Kohaku, that was just free to play. Like, that looks alright. A bit less so. Probably, I mean, well, a lot of these, they all use the standard Unity trees. They do end up looking very similar. But yeah, we
Sorting by score might get games with angry people rather than bad games.
What would you suggest I search by? Ah, that one looks really good. Looks really good. Doesn't mean is very good. Well, oh, wow! They got so many trailers. That looks freaking awesome. I'm gonna hazard a guess the game is nothing like that, though. It's been out for 5 years, though. But what's the... See, a lot of these, you look at them for a while and then you realise it's just Final Fantasy style line combat, line dancing combat, which is pretty sure what this is rather than anything real time. But yeah, that looks... I mean, I would be extremely proud to have worked on a game that looked that good. So I assume there's something very wrong with it. Starforge, yeah. They did actually do everything they did in Starforge, but they promised an infinite landscape and they did give it in the end. Doesn't work very well, but they did do it. Deep Space Classic. Play the role of a... Oh my god. Their logo is the... oh, what if I got a bigger picture of it? Their logo is the organic rock from Fortress Craft.
Oh dear.
I can't actually show it to you. So the organic rock, the idea was I was making it into something in Fortress Craft that was really, really, really sought after. And then what would happen is that you would dig them up and sometimes they would attack you, but it's the same asset pack I bought. Similar to Arizona Sunshine, which is a story-based, VR-only shooter. Deep World, Stein World, 8-bit MMO. Oh god. WT3. Oh, didn't realise there is a sequel to WT2. This is what
I guess it would be good to be a game which can be completed in one session. Some of them are quite long.
I have a funny feeling we weren't going to come back. I have a funny feeling it was this was our stream and then we're never playing it ever again. Right click, remove from Steam Library, hide from Steam Library.
Did you buy another one? Whoopsie.
Car Rumble. Beyond the Void. Oh, I didn't know there even you could go beyond. Casino RPG. War Builder League. What is your game? You can't just call it War Builder League. These are just words. Oh, so it's like Adapter, only PvP. And free to play, and yeah, similar to Team Fortress 2. It's a clone of Robocraft.
Okay, I think we are running out of power here. Some of these arms are actually off down here, and I've definitely turned them on before. We need more power.
No.
More power.
No, I don't think we are.
Or more local power?
No, sometimes it just goes off. They're not off, just the server thinks they're off. Just that the client thinks they're off.
Right.
Rather than them actually being off.
Well, they showed in a sort of lying down state.
But what does the UI show? Off or on?
I don't know.
I mean, if you hover the mouse over it, does it say turn on or turn off?
Turn on.
So they are. That one is actually.
And then
off.
nothing happens. And nothing happens.
Of course not.
And then it says turn off. So then turn on, and it still does nothing. So invert. It's actually gone to bed, gone to sleep with something in its arm.
Ah, that's nice.
Yeah. Wants a teddy bear. Give me the teddy bear.
I mean,
Right.
we're definitely not
Turn on.
out of power.
Turn on.
But what I'll do is I'll grab my battery.
Is there a limit to what the power cords can deliver? In terms of distance?
Apparently, no distance limit. But apparently, there's also no power limit anymore. But there was previously. I am sure of that.
If you want to go to sleep with something in their hand, that's it. You're fucked.
Well, take it out.
Yeah, I've got to unload my backpack in order to do that. So,
Just take it out, and put it back in. I've just thrown
I
it.
see.
Oh man, there's nowhere to plug my battery in. I was just going to plug a battery in just so we could keep an eye on the power, but there's just nowhere. Well, I mean,
Is there no aluminium coming up?
there's no anything coming up.
Still trying to fix it.
Would you like some aluminium? I can sort it out.
Yes.
But the way I'll sort it out is to go down there and then just all the aluminium just shove up the front of my rover.
So I'm at Sylva's core and I can't get in.
You can't get in.
Yeah, it seems force fields.
Have
blocked.
any of the gateways actually been activated yet
No, I think.
on the surface? If not, you're screwed. Please tell me you didn't take the rover down here.
Is there some resource we are not auto extracting?
Reliability.
I think we are removing that quite fast.
Ammonium.
We are. Only we were doing on Glacier.
Well, I
I
mean,
thought.
he's on Silva. I was answering the question for Silva.
Oh, I've done it on silver, but on a. Yeah, we want a game though that's hilariously bad, not painfully bad. It's a shame I don't drink, or we could just all get very drunk and play a game that's painfully bad. Back in a sec. Don't see. It's okay. It's okay. Yes, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Shit. Go on. Fuck off. Go on. Sorry, so as I've mentioned before, Cepheus he's got quite bad arthritis. He's got muscle wastage, so he's not got a lot of strength. And Dora just managed to knock him over to the point he couldn't get back up again. And then she ran away because she's like, "Oh shit, I've been naughty and you're in the same room. Shit, I forgot." Funny thing is, when Cepheus very occasionally does decide to sort of go, "Right, fuck you," she hasn't got a chance. I mean, all he has to do is just sort of walk through her. Just through sheer leverage, he sends her flying. Now, she's not malicious with it, because she'll also play with a random piece of paper or a stick. But I'm quite tired of her taking it out and just want them to cuddle up and not attack each other. Is that too much to ask?
Yes, apparently so.
Ah, okay. How many do we actually need, by the way?
A total of 100, so...
50. But yeah, if the robot arm could just be just a little bit more reliable, that's all I want. But at least I can make it work now. But I can make it work reliably until such point as it runs out of inputs, and then it just goes, nah. Is Rocket League free? I don't know. I vaguely assume it is, considering how much money they make off skins and everything.
I don't think it is.
Huh.
It's me that's just running away with a big canister of stuff.
I need aluminium. This isn't going fast enough.
What's, well, have you seen what's on the back of the rover?
No, apparently not.
I'll go stick this all on to smelt.
I'm hoping the framework's going to tidy up once we clear up all this mess.
It won't.
No.
I mean,
the server frame rate.
It won't. Nah, it won't. Not a hope in hell. No, they have too many things causing load. Like Fortresscraft, like stuff like the robot arms, boil down to a handful of CPU ticks when they're not doing anything. Whereas these ones are they're actually doing a spherical check in a world with, I mean, how many colliders are there in this world? 10,000, 100,000 colliders. And it's not a spatially sorted game. Whereas in Fortresscraft, I did away with, I would have loved to have it so you could arbitrarily place stuff. That would have been awesome. And people wanted arbitrary angled power things. And I'm like, yeah, but the reason you can't is for performance, not because I hate you. Nice. Alright, that's smelting away. I'll grab another load. Excuse me. Esme, was that you just walked past me?
Yes.
With a canister from the top of our extractor machine.
That's not from the top of the extractor machine. This is a large resource canister. You cannot fit them on the top of
That's
that.
not a large extractor.
Ah, but
I
it's...
just made this
Why did you bring it all the way down here?
because it holds a hell of a lot more than the medium canisters.
That doesn't answer my question of why did you bring it down here. What's it for?
Nobody expects this bouncing position.
I was expecting a lot more to have to clean up.
No, I mostly cleaned it up with the robot arm. I mean, there's a whole ton down here, but, well, a ton. Like 5. But yeah, basically, as long as the robot arms get to work and they don't jam up, we can make them work. It's when they don't have anywhere to pick up from that they break. It's not putting down, it's picking up. Because the rover, oh my god, absolutely hasn't run out of room. And man, I don't want to say you've done a terrible job of clearing up, but there is laterite scattered.
See that?
Look how far away it is.
Oh my god.
But yeah, I'm just putting it on there, and then I'll see if I can grab it into the rover in a minute. Amazing. You should just put all of this in front of the robot arm, by the way. It will pick it up. I'd like a little robot arm for the suit that picks up stuff automatically. That would have been much more useful than what they've actually given us. If I could just have a little one on my suit, I could configure it to pick up a certain thing into my suit. That'd be brilliant. I'm sure there's a game also that involves a rover and an unfiltered robot arm on the front. Like Potluck. You get to go and start a new planet, and all you get is whatever is on the front of a rover after 2 minutes driving around the base. But yeah, I would never have had physics objects like this in Fortress Craft, because the conversation would have gone like this. I want to have it so when you drop an object, it turns into physics. Oh, that's cool. What happens when people drop 10,000 objects? Yeah, never mind. That's how the conversation for System Era should have gone. Oh yeah, let's not do that. Or, let's try it and see what happens. Oh, that's not a good idea. Let's not do that.
Well, in Fortresscraft there are no slots, so they quickly come to rest.
They're also not real physics. They are an extremely simplified physics system. Whereas these ones, again, I can't tell you without having looked at the source code, but I'm pretty sure they are just physics objects. And physics is really good, but it's not that good.
So the weird thing is, these arms sort of pick something up and then think about it for a second and then do something with it. I'm like, what's the delay?
That's the server getting round to it.
feel like my server should feel insulted that this game makes it look bad.
Definitely.
Again, there were entire patches in Fortress Craft where I did almost nothing other than optimize the server. For that very reason. I mean, I was hoping that dedicated servers in Fortress Craft would become a big thing. That was the hope. Didn't, but you know.
Well, it's the whole thing that brought me into the game. Somebody asked me to host it.
Well, the argument always was, well, Minecraft has servers and it's popular. I'm like, yes, but Minecraft isn't popular because it has servers. It has servers because it's popular. A is to B. That does not mean that B is to A. But yeah, like, so when the robot arm is swinging it around, that's a full IK chain there. That's expensive. And I can grab the item it's carrying. So it's got physics active on the and collision on the item it's carrying. One of the optimizations you can and should do when you're doing physics is sleep stuff as much as possible. You can have 1,000 physics, you can have 100,000 physics objects as long as most of them are asleep and not intercolliding. But when you've got a situation that you're flinging some physics objects around, no, not a good idea. I do love the noise though when it drops an item off the extractor. So it goes like that. Kohaka, I think you underestimate average people's level of computer savvy. It's also easy. I've got Esmir who does hosting servers properly, and we've got me, and we've got Max, and we've got Rob. We are all dedicated, technical, networky, savvy people. I'm like, well, we couldn't get Jedi Knight 3 to work. Loads of the games we've sat here and struggled for half an hour, we're going, how the fuck do we get it work? Like, what are we doing? Why is this not? Oh, we have to forward all these ports. Oh, okay. So I can do it, but I think a lot of people don't have the wherewithal these days, and shouldn't need to, really. The amount of people that tried to do Fortress Craft self-hosted on an internet connection that's absolutely not suitable is astounding.
But I have internet.
Well, it was the guy on the bonded connection said he had like a 128k DSL and then like 100 megabit satellite. A wireless, sorry. So his DSL was used for the upstream, and his wireless was used for downstream. So he had a reliable connection up to the internet to ask for stuff, and then a high speed but unreliable downstream. And I'm like, dude, you cannot host that. But I have 100 megabit internet. I'm like, yeah, you kind of do, but it's kind of like having a Ferrari. It can do 200 miles an hour, but sometimes catches fire, like a real Ferrari. So it's yeah, you kind of do, and you kind of don't all at once.
Do you have one of the platforms built for the shipping this stuff off?
We do not.
Okay.
But we will have another container of aluminium for smelting. I basically stripped all aluminium from our entire run of failure. The piece of code that also works out where your character should get out of the rover appears to have been broken in recent patches, because now I always leap out to the right, even if there's something there, causing me occasionally just to teleport to the surface, or another cave, or wherever it feels like. There's a massive vein of laterite here as well, amusingly. So I reckon that veins are actually infinite, you know. I can't believe we've been extracting from that vein pretty much non-stop for 10 hours without draining it. Have we drained one? I don't think so.
I think glacial resin was somewhat drained.
But again, unless it's been changed, it did used to regenerate resource nodes after quite a few hours. But you know, 10 hours would be to the point where they'd start regenerating. Wow, so much laterite. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. No, Max, you've caused an accident.
Me? No, you're lousy driving.
I just bounced. I bounced off you and then he fell into a ravine.
Alright, do you want to fix the ravine?
No, because you'll probably break the power.
I'm sure I won't.
Did anybody clean up the mess of copper down there?
Yep.
Okay.
Where do you think all our copper go? With a robot arm and a rover. So I'm hoping next month that they actually have fixed the robot arms. And I don't know what the challenge will be. So the cosmetic challenges previous month was quite interesting and different to this month. So I think they've done that's been quite good. Oh god. Oh, it hasn't quite finished melting all my things, but it's nearly there. Is there an achievement for researching everything? Oh, we're nearly out of research. There is actually a research object down by the thingy as well. The
Yep.
extractor.
Fell into a hole.
Oh man, you don't need any more. Oh, pfft. Or do you?
I do.
Okay, good.
So
Some
this
of
one
the
over
extreme
here,
things
this
you can
large
do with
resource
games.
canister, is all the alloy. Once
30.
it gets up to 100, ready to ship.
Play Defcon with normal speed. Have a long stream.
I haven't played DEFCON in a while. I didn't know it was multiplayer actually. I think I only ever played it single player.
I think it was designed for multiplayer. And in a really weird real-time but long time scale way.
Looks like we're gonna need a little bit more copper.
Oh man, you took all my copper. Okay. I mean, you never know, Max might fix it. We might actually just start to get realms of copper coming up. No offense to Max, but I don't think he can.
Don't,
I mean, I was under the impression that today's goal was to get those cosmetics done.
It was. Which is why I've been driving around with the rover. To be fair, we have worked out how to make the robot arms work. So that that's a small step for mankind.
Yeah.
Oh man, I shouldn't have left my arm up there. My drill. There's a ton of laterite here. I could just drill through it. So you think we have enough of that one material, but not enough of the other one? Do you think we have enough aluminium? Question is directed at Esmir.
Say again, what was the question?
Do we have enough aluminium? Your answers can be yes, no, don't know, probably not. Oh god, don't ask me these questions.
A little bit more. See, that medium storage silo was 24. That means need about 20. Yeah, another silo should do it. I don't know how much copper we'd need though.
Don't worry, the coppermobile is on its way. Park there. Hopefully I don't get flipped to the ceiling. Oh, I should have made this a two-man machine and then got someone else to drive a robot arm, a crane with a robot arm on the end of it.
Wait, you can stick a robot arm on the end of a crane?
But anything you like on the end of a crane, it's got 2 slots. I say I do complain about this game, but it does have some great things, and the modularity is absolutely one of them.
There's quite a lot of empty space. It's quite underused.
Well, yeah, but the frame rate's bad enough as it is without asking them to make anything more dense. And the pop-in is also horrific.
Yeah, but even like having an additional resource 3 levels down or 5 levels down.
The game's not about going deep, though. I mean, you basically go a little bit down and then you go, oh, that's enough. And then that's it until you need to go to the core, and then suddenly you have to go all the way. I mean, it's the same with Fortress Craft. It gets a bit sparse at about the beginning of the Toxic Caverns because I just didn't have enough content to fill it up with. And enough time to balance it all. Has my robot arm given up? Yes. Thank you.
I do like that somebody took the idea of using the uranium in Fortress Craft with one of the mods.
Well, it was there for future expansion, and I always encourage mod authors to use the stuff, hard rock, super hard rock. It was a really good idea, and I would be happy if games that I play nicked the idea rather than going like some I went, we're wiping all your characters again. Sorry, start a new world. I go, right. Well, I'm not playing the game anymore. If you're doing that, it's what's going to happen. That's why I stopped playing Starbound when they gleefully went, "Hey guys, we're going to wipe the characters one more time." I'm like, no, I'm done. I'm done. Once too often. This is the second time you wipe my character. I don't give a shit about your game anymore. Come on, pick it all up. Thank you. The silliest thing is, by having a mass production requirement on this month's patch means that people like us will come to the next month's challenge going, this is very, very easy. So it's something it's very hard to do you don't want each monthly challenge to be impossible for new players, so therefore it becomes utterly irrelevant for existing players. Something that Minecraft did extremely badly when Notch added in the powered rail carts, because I was like, oh cool, I built those, I got some rail carts, and then I saw what the powered rails need. I'm like, yeah, fuck that, I ain't doing that. You obviously forgot that some people haven't invested thousands of hours of gameplay into it. You've only restricted it for people who have, no liked it for 6 months. No way. Korhaka, I make it a pride of point that in Fortresscraft, if you went from a first release Fortresscraft survival to a current one, it would load the world up. It would load up and convert to the patch 7 format, and then it would load from the patch 7 format to the current format. Very, very important to me that happens, that you never ever lose your world. And I've said to people, you probably should restart, but I've done my absolute best to make sure you don't have to. As far as I know, that works. It has made the load code a bit grungy, but we've never gone, oh, that assumption's no longer valid, because you put a patch out, someone goes, hey, this is the first time I played it since patch 5, and I'm like, oh god, really? Does your world even load? Oh yeah. I'm like, really? Wow.
The only problem is that you're loading in, there's no organic detritus unless if you go out to generate new terrain.
Yes, but organic detritus isn't necessary for progression, though, is that?
No.
Yeah. It's quite hard to get the snow for the snowmen, but you can do it. But it's that sort. You can still complete the game. But my point is, you could load up an old world and still carry on, as opposed to just going, sorry, your world is too old, which is what. It was Half-Life that did that. They said that one of the things that they ensured all the way through the development was that you could load in any save into any version of Half-Life during development, and that was very important because it meant that you could always have a bug in a save and reproduce it without having to go, oh, we can't load that anymore.
Which planet everybody is on?
I don't know. Calidor? I think it's Calidor. Is it Calidor? I think so.
Yeah, you're on Calidor, which is the desert planet. I'm on Aatrox right now.
Which planet you on? I don't know. Okay, I'm sure this will be enough now. But yeah, I swear they added these canvases in purely to allow you to get your frame rate up rather than anything else. Like I would put reasonable amounts of money on it. If it was any other developer, I'd put large amounts of money on it, but I don't have a lot of faith in these guys, really.
I'm chink.
Oh. Well, I'm going to rust coat everything then. But I do have to give them a 10 for the art. Not the technical implementation, but the actual art itself I think is genuinely lovely. A really nice style. I think their lodding is awful. I think their pop-in is atrocious. The lack of geomorphing is embarrassing. The many graphical issues, but the actual style, the artists, wonderful, really lovely. Especially the person that modeled my amazing hat. Special marks to you, sir. And I'm going to give negative marks to the person who designed Esmia's hat because it's quite cool. And I'm not wearing it. I suppose there isn't a second tier of smelter. Because if I really cared about the throughput, and I don't because I'm lazy. I'm just sitting here with my chair back right now, my feet up on my desk with it, playing it on pad. It's quite comfy. I'd make a second smelter or something. Oh, Mac, did you bring that research thing up, by the way? Is it still down there?
Yes, I did.
Cool.
Research.
Dope. We're nearly out. But it's stuff like the splitter. Splitter costs copper and graphite. Or I could build one resin, and have a 4-way splitter pretty much for free. I think I'll do that. Yeah. So for 1 resin, I can make one of those.
Splitter has diodic properties.
The
platform doesn't.
Rest my case. But that means for less resources, I can place down a platform and then a how many power extenders do I get for 1 copper? 5?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, which to me seems like a better proposition. Oh, I do wish them all the best. I hope this game continues to get better, and I hope they continue to fix stuff, give us more to do. It's only been in about the last 3 patches we've actually had progression through the planets. Before then, planets, they were there and they existed, but there wasn't really any point to them. And then it was just a very higgledy-piggledy mishmash of progression, and it's not, I'll be honest, it's not a lot better now. But it's better than it was. I mean, right now the progression is quite literally get to, I forgot the name of it now, the tungsten planet, make a shredder, and then just shred everything. Dirt to compound to generator to shred. So they should fix that one.
It's too bad that the teleporters are not that useful. There's no much point going to deep, but there's no point going far horizontally either.
Yes, it's an exploration game without a reason to explore. I mean, that's why I'd like a hover bike, just to whoosh along the planet's surface. However, given that their performance of loading and how much it impacts on the server, I'm gonna hazard a guess that's not going to be added in a long time. How are we doing, Ismir? Have you run the numbers?
Slowly but surely. The numbers, yes.
Do you need me to go and get some more? Numbers. Is this working?
We're about 40 copper away, but that's not counting for all that is already waiting to be smelted.
I'll see if I can find any more.
Check the aluminium. That one's full, so that should be.
It is a single player game, but Outer Wilds was actually good exploration game.
Oh, it wasn't. Outer Worlds was awful. God, the internet wouldn't shut up about it. It went on Game Pass. Oh, help us, please! Oh, the power of the whatever it is, the fucking hydroelectric dam shut down. Oh no, we're all gonna die. I'm like, alright, where is it? It's about 200 yards up the road. Fucking get off your ass and walk there yourself, you lazy fucks. Oh no, you have to save us because we can't be asked to walk. I'm like, oh, fuck you.
That's Outer Worlds. I was talking about Outer Wilds.
Never heard of it. Outer Wilds, don't know that one. Yeah, Outer Worlds pissed me off because the internet, like all of the review sites, just it's by the BioShock guys, I think it was, just wouldn't stop going on about it. And I played it, went, the combat's not very good, the story is ridiculous, your world building is just awful, and it was just everywhere I want, people wanted me to do stuff, fine, but when it's like, we're all going to die if you don't do this thing, you do it. But I don't want to, I'm too lazy. Like, well, you're going to die then, and I'm going to help the other group.
Yeah, Blood Rose was playing it, and I was just like, I don't think I'm going to play that.
It's one of those, it was because... In no small part because the internet was like, this is the best game ever. Oh, the storytelling. Well, it wanted to be, it's kind of, or was it a Fallout people? I can't remember who it's by. Was it Fallout people?
I think it's the Fallout people.
Fallout people, yeah. I was like, I've never played a Fallout, you see, so I have no nostalgia there. Whereas a lot of I think there's a lot of fanboyism for the devs rather than an actual quality product. Maybe, I don't know, have I not played it? Maybe if you like that sort of wander around, loot absolutely everything all the time bollocks, with reasonably good gunplay. I'll give them the gunplay. I was pretty happy with that overall. But I have to want to help people in a game. I can't just go, I hope you die because you're all completely pathetic and useless. That's not the approach. It's not the feeling you want the player to have about the people he's trying to save. You're like, oh no, I must save it. Oh, that's terrible that's happened, and only I can flirp. Whatever my particular goal or mission was. So, quite frankly, with the auto extractors, it's just easier and quicker just to pick it up by hand. Like, each node might not go so far, but...
Remember that thing you were saying about what Max would do?
Did you do it too?
No, I just came over to this other side of the smelter and noticed that something was missing from that side.
Oh no, something did it again. It's alright, we have rearranged stuff now, it's not such an issue. But it was really funny because I said, I wish Max was here so I could tell him not to grab that stuff. Oh well, it's fine. And literally, the moment he saw it, went, I'm not going to tidy this up, this always looks very, very stupid.
Yes.
I mean, it's stupid, don't get me wrong, but you should be able to like close off sockets in a way. There we go. So I might probably actually look at the what I need for the different spacesuits and things. There's not much more than visit everywhere, though, is it?
But there are the activations.
Yeah. Well, what we'll do, let's say when we come back to this in 2 or 3 weeks, when we're doing our cosmetics, we can also start to chip away at the activations. Because as far as I can tell, the first one's fun, and then it just gets tedious having to repeat it over and over again. So we can just do that.
I think Blood Rose is working on a clock.
Yes, I'm working on a clock system using the storage sensors.
A clock so that you can have a activation pulse sent to the stupid arms.
I've got a better idea. Don't, and just wait 3 weeks.
We'll get this done. Yeah.
Yes. How are you actually doing the clock though? What are you... Like, what's driving it?
Essentially what I'm trying to do is have two separate platforms, so it's two separate storages and two separate storage sensors with two auto arms, so they just kind of pass it back and forth with the sensor detecting, oh, this is empty, let me activate this arm. It pulls it and activates the other arm, rinse, repeat.
If you don't want, it doesn't need to be too often, which it probably doesn't. You could just use a solar panel and a battery.
Well, the idea was to automate... I'm trying to automate nanocarbon, which is a hell of a lot of things moving at once. But of course, the arms are stopping.
Yeah, the problem is that what you're using for your clock is something that's broken. Like, you're not going to end up in a situation where it's stopping anyway because one of the robot arms has gone to sleep.
Well, last time that we were doing this game, I sat there the whole stream watching, just making sure that the auto arm that I had set up was not going to fail, and it didn't fail.
That sounds like a wonderful set of automation.
Just right. If you set it up just right, it won't fail.
Well, yeah, but obviously it does. Like, it might not have failed at that point in the stream, but we built a new... I mean, it may only be this planet's failing. It's possible, but I just suspect the server's just overloaded. I can pretty much determine the bug now. When the robot arm fails to grab something, the end of it gets out of sync, because my robot arm, as long as I quickly drive to another piece of copper before it stops, I always guarantee. But right now I'm just driving around picking up copper off the run from top to bottom wherever it's ended up, and that's working fine.
Well, that's the crucial piece of making this clock work, is it needs to work so that one arm is at least active, because then it can reactivate the other arms in the clock. So it needs to be timed correctly so that not all arms are saying, oh, I failed to grab something, let me turn off.
But with the solar one, I mean, you'd only get one tick per day. Would that not be that'd be reliable at least?
Well, true. Also insanely slow. That wouldn't even be 1 nanocarbon a day, I don't think.
Well, yeah, but the robot arms might work for a bunch of time, and they might flip off and on all day long, because you're draining the power from the battery quickly, and then it will go off on, off on, off on, as it drains a bit, empties, drains a bit, empties. Oh, you could also just do it off of, like, battery full, so if the robot arms aren't working, there's plenty of power, and then it would charge up, and then when it fills up, it would turn them on. However, I am just basically desperate, just trying to work out ways to make the system work, which I don't feel I should have to. Is that enough copper?
That should be. Actually, that should be enough.
And enough aluminium?
Yeah.
Are you 100% sure on both? Or just 70% sure?
Well, these two... Okay, so...
Because I've got a drill here, and
the large canister's at 61, and these two are roughly around 26, 27. Okay, so that's going to take us up to about 94, 95-ish.
What are we short on?
So yeah, that should be enough. That should definitely be enough.
If you were to hazard a guess which one we're going to be not okay on, which one we not have enough of?
Neither. Both look perfectly fine.
But if you were to guess what one of them we aren't fine on... Actually, so look, I'm just going to go down here and do it both. Oh! Oh, game just crashed. Uh-oh. It's 11:30. It's a Tuesday.
Yep.
Oh, no.
Game doesn't use Steam, does it?
The server doesn't. Can't do fixed achievements.
Server's not using achievements.
There's a way to have a 10-second storage timer with a medium soil canister and a small storage canister. Oh yes, because that will pop off and on.
Oh, right.
And it will fill up again, and then it will unfill, then it will refill.
That makes sense. That's essentially what I'm doing on the extractor for the aluminium on Silva.
Just watching the stream back here.
It was slowly sort of falling downwards. Sort of sliding downhill.
Once upon a time, it would have just popped out of existence. Esbia, you are not in game. Dr. Edison, Verana, Bud Rose, and Schalke is.
I'm in game.
I'm not signed into Steam, that's why.
No, Lou Anshan, yes, we can do that. It's possible that was my single kickoff because we shouldn't need Steam because we can connect by IP.
Oh, and Adam, you're doing the funky chicken.
There we go.
I'm not in the game.
Well, your character isn't. It's just falling sort of. The game is constantly resetting its position to just slightly above where it should be.
Yeah,
And it's
it's
falling
still
around
loading.
and being reset. Falling around, being reset.
So I am generally aiming in Fortress Craft 2 for the loading to be under 3 seconds if I can possibly set it up. This is embarrassing. I could have a nap during the loading of this game.
Still better than GTA.
That's right. It's still better than a cassette tape playing Football Manager on the Commodore 64. That doesn't mean it's acceptable. The worst loading time I know of is Battlefield 4 on the PS3. Has a 174-second loading time. Actually, Destiny's worse. People were reporting that they kept on adding content to Destiny on the Xbox 360 and the Xbox One. But it worked. But they said if you accessed your menu during a large firefight in Destiny, a PvP one, it wouldn't finish having loaded your inventory by the time the firefight finished. So over a quarter of an hour. Korhaka, from having selected which world you want to be in to being in the world, I would like to get it to 3 seconds. It's pretty good in Fortress Craft now, to be honest. It really is. Because I worked at it, and I've delayed loading as much as I possibly can. As opposed to this game, which loads everything in advance. Everything. Like, I'm not going to these other planets. You don't need to segregate your data. About 3 minutes to load into the Battlefield worlds on the PlayStation 3. I think it's 174 seconds. That's the number my brain is reminding me. I've seen worse, but only because I have fixed worse. I've had to troubleshoot worse than that. Well, I mean, that's kind of how Fortress Craft already works. I've done some work today with a larger frustum than Fortress Craft has ever had. So I had a load. So Fortress Craft's maximum load frustum was. Damn it! I posted this in the chat earlier. How big was it? It was.
You posted a screenshot showing like 20 gigabytes of in the memory.
Yeah. Right, so the largest load area in Fortress Craft is 32 segments. So that's 32 times 16 meters. That's the largest it supports, and that's 2020 mode. Today I was running with a load area of 255. There were issues. Don't get me wrong. This is not a free lunch, but the biggest problem was I was beginning to run out of RAM, and I've got 32 gigs of RAM. But it was working.
At least it wasn't due to a memory hole.
But the problem was, it takes over 30 seconds to parse the frustum. Now in Fortress Craft, it would have taken several minutes to parse the frustum, because I'm now doing it on multiple threads. But instead of going parse the frustum, here's the result, it sorts the results so you can then start to consume the results while you're doing the next search. And that's quite a good system, and I'm liking it. But it means that I can effectively have as big a world as you like. It doesn't care. Houston, we have a problem. There is a small but oh my god. Right, would anyone like to guess where I am relative to the ore extractor?
In the middle of it?
Oh no, would you like another guess?
A cavern below.
A cavern below.
Wow. You're anywhere near the ore extractor.
I'm directly underneath it.
No, when you fell.
No, that's not the point. No, look what's on the floor everywhere.
I can't.
It's
Okay.
Oh
Tab,
dear.
tab one. What's everywhere? Oh, I see. Your rover, data items, lots of stuff.
Why is it running so slowly? Well,
Question.
yeah, Kohaka, I mean, it's important to note that a lot of the reason Fortresscraft feels spooky is you can't see very far in the caverns. If I allow you to brightly light them, it won't feel spooky. And that's really important to note. It's supposed to feel claustrophobic and huge all at the same time.
You can ask Blood Rose what my go-to thing is for exploration.
Is it a lot of lights?
I go down to the caverns with so much coal, and I just spam torches everywhere.
Yeah, you won't be doing that in Fortresscraft 2. I'm going to be making lighter resource.
I know.
Sorry. But yeah, Kohaka, I mean, you can see a long way in those caverns. A very long way. You really can. So, you're saying you want to see further. I mean, you can already see a hell of a long way. The game doesn't care whether you're underground or not. It just renders. On what did I say? 32. So it's basically you can see 256 meters, which is an awfully long way for a game at a 1 meter granularity, with no pre-baked visibility. So it's actually a long way. I have specific plans for surface rendering. And the plan is to allow even a crappy rig to see 1 kilometer. But that's surface rendering and not nothing to do with underground rendering, which are just using the same system. But because of the different approach that I'm using to populate and search the frustae, I think it's the plural of frustum, it should be scalable an awful lot further than Fortresscraft was. So if you want to have a frustum of 2000, you can do. And it will just say, warning, this will use up 200 gigabytes of RAM. But the cool thing is, although, as I said, it takes about 3 minutes to search the frustum in the new code, as soon as it started, there's work to do. Because it basically picks a segment, bang, start on that one. Then by the time that segment's finished, it's done another 100 segments. And then you pick the best of that 100. And then by the time that's done, another 100 are done. So you continually pick the best segment. In Fortresscraft, by the time you hit 2020 mode, that process is taking 10 or 15 seconds. So it becomes very gummed. I don't know Vintage Story. I mean, Cubo has an astounding draw distance, but I think I bet you all of these games don't have much depth. That's one of Fortresscraft's biggest features, and its biggest bugbears is it's a long way down.
And not just spatially. Not just depth, but like mechanical depth.
No, like physical depth. Which is a killer for performance because you aren't just dealing with long distances in 2 dimensions, you're dealing with long distances in 3 dimensions.
Well, you're not dealing horizontally that long distances.
No, you have the data for large amounts of distances, whereas Minecraft has a lot of that horizontal data and has no vertical data whatsoever. 200. It has one stack, whereas Fortresscraft has, a kilometre or more vertical data.
I love it. The damn request thing, or the ship came back with more aluminium.
There are resources scattered all the way throughout this cave, by the way, that have been exploded downwards from the ore extractor. Fix your fucking game. I can't pick up any more. I've literally filled up my rover with crap I found lying around.
So it's not user error?
There's no user error that should cause an ore extractor to vomit its load into a different cavern, no. And the user error is we dropped it, but of course we didn't drop it at a place we could see it and clear it up. It dropped it several hundred feet below because it's resolved it downwards. I'm really glad I've got an RTG because I'm really struggling to get out of this cave. Like it's all stalactites rather than and then I need the edge of the cave so I can drive up. I mean, I'll be honest, Kohak, I immediately hate it because it has the word story in the name. The only good game with story in the name was New Zealand Story.
Yeah.
I can't think of any other games with story in the name that at all, out of my head.
Wasn't there a game named like Maple Story or something like that?
Yeah, but that was about killing Canadians, so therefore that's obviously wonderful. I like when that was a joke. I do have a Canadian friend, and so therefore I have a free pass to say mean things about Canadians. I'm really struggling. So our base is pretty near a waypoint, right? A waypoint, alien beacon debris thingy.
That thing, yeah. When? A jigger.
A jigger, yeah, one of the jiggers. I'm really loath to get out because of the times I've lost my rover. Oh no! I've fallen into the next cave down. And then I've fallen into the next cave down. Oh, for God's sake.
Who's been switching in? Can you... Is it incomplete? I don't know what the state of the switching is.
I'm wondering if it's easy to go to the planet's core and turn around and come back again at this point.
Oh dear, you're down there without a paver?
Yep.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult.
Well, it's not, because soon I'll have unlocked the last hat and then I can go to bed. So, I'm taking a more
pragmatic approach.
yeah, lackadaisical approach. Maybe I should just head towards the centre. No one's gone towards the centre on this level yet, have they? Well, we have all the resources we need, do we?
Yes, we do.
Then I will go with plan B, which is to aim the rover down, because I've got an RTG, so I can drill forever.
I was going to ask if you wanted to send off the final one on the stream.
I'm a little far away, so you'll have to just describe it.
Alright. Do you want me to go ahead and send it off?
Please do.
What's the server performance like for the way
Suffering.
Sorry. Oh wow, that's a big cave.
It's been up for 3 hours. It's if I rebooted it, it would probably return back to where it was.
Now, for all my complaints, yeah, this cave looks astounding. Like, absolutely fabulous in here. Really, really good. It'd look even better if at this particular second there wasn't so little gravity. My vehicle wasn't stuck on its end. I really don't want to get out of the vehicle, you see. What are all these cakes lying around, do you think? That's literally cake, isn't it?
Or it's a lie.
It's definitely cake. Like, it's cool.
It's definitely cake. That makes me want cake.
Moment on the lips, a lifetime on the hips. I ate 6 bagels today, so I'm the expert on this. See, I mean, Shaka, you're quite right. There's no new resources down here, but the generation gets different, so it looks so cool down here. And yet there's almost literally no reason to ever bother coming down here, except on your way past. Kohaka, that is not an excuse to the performance, that is the reason for the performance drop. The server, along with a lot of this game, is not as well written as it should be.
Or could be. Not bad, not bad.
I mean, I've seen bugs in, let's say, No Man's Sky, but I've looked at the bugs in No Man's Sky and I'm like, I wouldn't know how to go about resolving some of these issues. These are very complex and subtle issues. Whereas these ones, I'm like, for fuck's sake, just clamp the physics speed. Don't do that. When your Kai gets out, he looks for a safe resolution position, and if it can't fire when it goes boo and doesn't get out, you don't just get me out and then resolve me 700 feet upwards through solid rock to the surface where I'm miles from anything and I die.
So the cosmetic that we just unlocked is an animated visor color.
I will check as soon as... Oh, this has all gone a bit... Again, look at the generation. This is amazing. These alien... This is just fantastic. Look at it. That's just wonderful. Why is there no reason to explore? They could do with making all the planets about 1/8 of the size they are as well. But can you imagine actually, like, coming down here from the surface for, like, regular times to achieve anything?
Well, I know one thing that you can only get through exploration.
Sore thumb?
The the various different horns. There's like 2 or 3 that you can craft, but there's like 6 or 7 in the game, and you have to find them on wreckage throughout the game.
Yeah, look at that. See, now that is amazing. The game needs that there on my screen 1,000 times more often than it has. That is awesome. And that's what we want. We want proper holy shit, what is that? I know what it is, I've seen it before, but... So I can't get any further until someone powers up one of the gateways on the surface, is that correct?
Sounds right to me.
And we are very close to one of the gateways. And we have a surplus of copper. Is that astronium there? I don't recognise either.
Yes, that is astronium.
Which has no use.
I wonder if we can put an extractor on it.
Which doesn't have. Oh, it doesn't have a use though, does it?
It's worth 1,000 research per thing.
Oh
But
boy!
they've said that they're going to. They're looking into making it useful for other things.
Yeah, they've said that since it came out. So I won't drill a. Yeah, I won't drill a hole in it though. So is it? It shouldn't take more than 10 minutes or so just to run a line out to the base, the alien base. It is very close, I believe.
I saw Chalka running in that direction, so I'll let him do that.
He's the alien.
Kill him.
Shoot him.
Good news! I have created a clock.
Woo!
And it's actually far more simple than I was making it out to be.
Was it with a soil canister and canister? Something else.
There was a lot of soil involved because I used resin as the medium it's transporting, but otherwise no.
Yeah. Yeah, Lucian said that one of the setups we use is a soil canister moving on and off the large soil canister. So just I guess this is the force field. I have to wait for it to disappear. Actually, while waiting, let's have a look at the achievements I don't have. Oh wow, not very many. Launch 10 fire. Yeah. Visit Atrox. Oh, dance on every planet. Use the atmospheric condenser to collect every type of gas. Why have I not got that? What's the particular achievement? "12 hidden achievements." Oh, fuck off. Oh, we haven't done Interplanetary Road Trip. We should do that one. Travel to another planet with another player in the same shuttle. How come I haven't got... Let me borrow this a second. Maybe I haven't actually researched something. I have to research something in somebody else's game.
Oh, it has to be a locally hosted one, yeah.
Oh, that's easy enough. Oh, camera. Wow. What? I can't even tell what's going on. Am I sideways? Is the camera sideways?
Yeah, because gravity's all fucky because you're at the core.
No, like... I can't even describe what... Hold on. The camera just went woo and just started to look backwards. I'm fairly sure it's widely agreed that the centre of planets are molten. Oh no, it's just Earth, isn't it? Because Earth's got a spinning iron core, and that's what makes our magnetic field. Shauka, did you do... Ooh, shit. I
have arrived.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh fuck.
Sounds like you need a winch. What happened to it? Where did it go?
I pressed the wrong button. So the rover carried on and I stopped.
Wow.
So, it's okay, it's okay. Look at that! There's a clip right there.
Wow.
That was pure class. My character has kind of got in it. I don't know what's going on. Am I in it? Oh. my character is kind of in the rover, but not very much.
I'm also going to guess that your wheels aren't actually touching enough to get any sort of traction.
I don't know. Let me try rejoining because I'm in the vehicle and not in the vehicle all at the same time. I can't believe I was just watching it back on stream because I got out the vehicle, found it, watched it spiral off into the distance, and then it glitched and then just warped into the center. But I carried on, and then I glitched and warped in exactly the same way. And then I looked down, and the rover's beneath me, and then I land right in it. It's like one of those battlefield moments where someone gets out their plane, snipes somebody else, and then parachutes back into their own plane. Only about 1,000 times less cool. I'm hoping I'm going to respawn it in my vehicle. Can I respawn in a vehicle? Or if I respawn next to it? Loading is not my favourite thing. Oh, I have landed on top of my vehicle. Still seem to be struggling to use my pad though. Oh. Okay. For some weird reason, my pad has utterly decided that... well, Astroneer decided it's not using my pad. Ah, there we go.
Starting a charge at them.
So is the sphere the force field?
Maybe?
Is that I don't know or I'm not telling you? Or
I don't know.
I've never been here when there hasn't been an actual base. What on earth are you doing?
That.
Unfortunately, I don't have anywhere near enough dirt to make a ramp from the centre of the planet to the surface for a rover.
Activation.
Oh. Yes, the force field is now gone. Oh, no, my vehicle has to come with me. Isn't there oxygen at the centre of the planet? I can't remember.
There is in the very center,
Well, that's where I am.
I want to say.
Okay, what's the escape velocity at this point, do we reckon? Yes! Oh, no, the escape velocity is higher than my vehicle's top speed. But only a little bit higher. So as I said, the game fundamentally works on a spherical system. So I'm actually here on the inside of 6 sides of the planet on a cuboid system. I'm just trying to persuade it to take me into the centre of the planet. I'm hoping it's laterite. That would be nice. It's probably not though. I'm doing some great stunts, and that's important.
Are they cunning?
More awful than cunning, I'm afraid. That's
I don't know what these little segment pins are supposed to do. They don't seem to be doing anything. Could be wrong, but I don't think they're doing what people hope they're doing.
I don't know. I last time I saw, I was just relegated to being forever alone in the center of a planet. Yay, I'm in the middle. Okay, so apparently we have to put snowflakes in the center of this one.
What of Calidor?
Yeah, snowflakes. Could be compound. I think it's
It's
compound.
explosive powder.
Right. Oh, gold. Great.
Wait, what was that triangle down there?
I don't know what triangle you mean, or if you were talking to me.
'Cause I'm looking at the resources, and I'm not seeing that symbol in there.
I think it's explosive powder.
Explosive powder.
Right. Yep, that's explosive powder. All
I
right.
know. I know. I'm super genius. And I know all things, and I didn't just hear Bloodrose say it like 45 seconds ago at all.
Oh my god. Well, I know I didn't hear it.
I could tell.
Right, just on the log, guys.
Okie dokie. We'll see you tomorrow for something shit.
Today, but
I'll see you later today for something shit. Not shit, but we'll find something free to play. We will hope for something hilarious, and we will either enjoy it or tear the shit out of it. I don't care. And that'll be our 100th anniversary. And then Thursday will be SnowRunner new patch, which I'm looking forwards to a lot. So that'll be all the DLC. We'll have access to all of that. That'll be great fun. I hope. So yeah, cheers for joining us, and I hope you enjoy your new hats you've got in Astroneer.
hats.
Now, is this the right angle? Yeah, guys, this doesn't really work. Like,
Night, ladies. Thanks for the server.
Have a good night.
this is where I want that smooth function I mentioned. Ah, there we go. That might work. Yeah. The problem is I don't have enough dirt to get high enough to be able to dig up more dirt. Oh, that said, my dirt canister doesn't appear to be going down. Well, that's interesting. Blue Anthony, you seem to be the impression I might walk all the way to the surface. Achievement unlocked. Gas giant. My dirt canister's not going down. Look. It's okay. I'm good with this. I'm good with this. I think my canister's borked, or I just get unlimited dirt when I'm in the centre of the planet. It's not something I recall from my physics days. Oh, and I can't dig that. But the real question is, will the rover drive up this nearly vertical platform?
That's a great question.
I think it's not a great question, because I think we already know the answer to it. So the iron in the Earth's core would be pushed towards the outside of the planet, somewhat? I'm trying to work out what actually happens in the centre of a planet. Because you'd be pulled towards the side with the most density, but the inverse square law would be there. I don't know. So I think.
Gravity will be 0.
No, it won't, because the side of the planet you're closest to, because the inverse square law, would attract you slightly more than the other side of the planet. If you're exactly in the middle, yes, but if you are a singularity, which obviously you are not. I think
if you have a shallow spherical shell, inside there's 0 gravity effect, so only the planet under you will matter gravitationally. But there is the stuff on top is pushing down on the center, so the pressure is highest in the center.
You're not taking into account the inverse square law. So although there's a lot more planet on one side, like 1 foot or 1 meter from the center of the planet, there's a whole bunch more planet multiplied by the inverse square law, inverse square distance on one side. So even though I'm actually slightly further away from the center, I'm therefore closer to more planet. I'm trying to work out if that would actually affect you, if there's actually sort of like a bubble of where it would actually push you away from the center. Only for a bit, because then of course inverse square law kicks in the other direction. It might be a meter, it might be a millimeter, or it might be 10 miles, I don't know.
You're closer to one side of it, but there's more of it on the opposite side.
Which is further away. Each doubling of distance is a halving of effect. Each doubling of distance is a cubing of effect, because it's acts in all directions. I'll be honest, I can't work out what would happen. It might be just all weird and wonderful like Astroneer, though. You never know. The net force would be near 0. Yes, but it's not 0. So if I move 3 feet away from the centre of the core, what happens then? Do I get dragged back towards the core? Do I actually get dragged away from the core for a certain distance?
I think gravitation only that's under you will gravitate. And within 3 feet it would be very little gravitation towards the core.
But I think it might actually pull you away. I don't know. Let's get to the Earth and find out. Because remember, gravity normally pulls you towards the centre of mass. But that takes into account that inverse square law, most of it is so far away, it is not, it's irrelevant. But when you are significantly closer, when you are somewhat closer to a slightly smaller centre of mass, different. I mean, hence, if you go to the moon, Earth's gravity is fairly irrelevant compared to the moon's gravity. They should make a film about this. But yeah, it just crossed my mind thinking about this, that the Earth's core is in 0 gravity. Then I was like, hold on, is it not being gently pushed towards the outside of the core because of the fact it's closer to the side of the core it's on? And then I'm like, I don't know. So I have a question for you, because I want to find someone who's good at physics, like proper physics. So the universe started with the Big Bang, and all the particles in the universe exploded outwards from the singularity. And we can all agree that you cannot create or destroy energy. So the universe is exploding outwards from this point, but at the same time, the gravity is affecting everything, pulling it back together. Does this mean that eventually, in 100 billion, trillion, quadrillion years, all the matter in the universe will start to coalesce together towards a single point, which will then in turn explode apart again? Is that how it works?
It didn't explode out. It's not an explosion, it's that growing in the metric, which is somewhat different.
Yeah, but eventually, all of the matter in the universe will coalesce into a single point. Emphasis
depends whether the expansion is slowing or accelerating. I think the current view is that it will be ripped apart.
But all the particles in the universe are gently pulling towards each other. So everything will eventually coalesce.
But space is also expanding, which is pulling things apart. Solar systems are gravitationally bound, but galaxies are moving away from each other.
At the minute they are, yes, but they are still applying some gravitational force towards each other. An infinitesimal, mind-bogglingly
large
small
scales,
amount.
it's zero.
It's not zero, it's near zero. Hence eventually.
There are galaxies in every direction, so there's no preferred direction that things are pulled in. So
But
it's zero.
It's not zero though. It's near zero. There's no way it's exactly zero. And if it's even 1/1,000,000,000% in one direction, then eventually it will move towards that direction, and then also it gets stronger in that direction. So you'll end up with more and more and more super galaxies, and then I don't know, mega galaxies, whatever they get called after that. Each other.
But the universe is not of finite size. It's uniform in very large distances, possibly compatible with infinity.
Yes, but no matter how far apart 2 points are, they will all particles. They will always apply some gravitational force. I said it's near zero. You know, it is 1,000,000,000,000 decimal places of zero, but it's not actually zero. So two galaxies moving further apart will eventually start to move towards each other.
No, if they are far enough apart, the metric expansion will counteract the gravitational force.
Yes, but that metric expansion is fundamentally slowing down. Not by much, by 1 meter every 1,000,000,000,000 years, but it's slowing down by some, because the gravity is slowing down the rate of expansion. And I can't begin as a human to comprehend the time scales I'm trying to talk about here.
The very last thing I heard, and I've not looked into any sort of studies or anything like that. I like science shows, reputable ones, and
Like
apparently
Mythbusters.
things are speeding up away from each other, and they don't know why. With some theories of, there's something in the universe that's doing this.
Yeah, it's a whole bunch of super duper galaxies that crashed into each other a long way away, and they're all heading towards that.
I think the current thing is that it's accelerating and not decelerating the expansion. So the expansion is winning over gravity.
Yeah, but it's accelerating towards something. Acceleration involves energy being transferred from one place to another.
No, because of the metric expansion, it doesn't work like that. The relative positions are the same, but the distance is still growing, even though nothing is really moving.
Unfortunately, I don't think we'll actually find out the answer within my lifetime.
But it's called the big crunch if it happens.
Yes.
I don't know about you all, but I certainly hope to be an immortal robot before I die.
Well, I'm mortal so far. I've just realised if I leave my rover in the middle of the planet, that's the only place on the whole planet that's easy to find.
If you want to become immortal, it will also effectively mean that you can't advance. Because what will come after humanity will have moved on, but if you want to remain human and a human psychology will be comparatively very backwards or stuck in the past.
I'm not sure I'd want to remain human. Have you been outside recently? Can I get...
At long
No, and
time
that's the
scales,
point.
change and death become kind of similar.
Can I get, like, massive genitals on the end of my robot arms? Yes or no question. See, everyone's... They don't want...
What would stop you?
Exactly. I rest my case. Oh, God. Well, Rover, I shall bid you farewell. You were a faithful... No, you were awful. Fuck you. Metal Gear. Oh, I take my mask off to see it though. Oh, that's horrible. Makes me look like I've just rammed my face into a clock. Thanks, I hate it.
The good news, at least, is that my clock is still working flawlessly, and I actually can automate the steel now without it shutting itself off.
Right, well, I am going to head off to bed. Respawn at starting shelter. Yeah, respawn, not commit. Oh, you silly fuck. Back where it all began. Just two weeks ago. Oh wait, there's someone here. Hello, person.
Hi.
Wait, are you leaving? And where are you going?
No.
Oh, never mind.
Although that shuttle is out of fuel.
Oh. If you were going so, I was actually about to take a ride with you so I could get an achievement. That was all. But 'tis okay. I will probably play this again in my single player world. Just to mess around. But yeah, I will bid you all good night. That has been still disappointing with the robot arms, but the at least we've resolved anything else. I'd like to point out only one of you is apparently online in Steam as well.
God damn it, I just signed in too.
Right guys, well tomorrow will be a surprise game. It's a surprise for you and it's a surprise for me too. And look forward to that. Thank you once again for watching. I hope you enjoyed our flailing around with robot arms, and we will continue to find new and interesting games to entertain you and ourselves with. Cheers for watching guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Ring the bell.